Baba Shuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the great Quran and the guidance of God in it.
Time to rise and meet the challenge. Baba Shuaib is calling you out. Meet Baba Shuaib, a correctional officer with a mission. Today he's throwing down the gauntlet to the mushriks, no more holding back. With his logo shirt and cap, Baba Shuaib sits tall and confident. He says, the time for action is now. It's time to rise, to push past limits, and to become the best versions of ourselves. Baba Shuaib believes in the power of determination and resilience. His challenge is simple. Stand up, face your fears, and conquer them. Every day is a new opportunity, he says. An opportunity to grow stronger, to be better, and to leave a mark on the world. So, are you ready to accept Baba Shuaib's challenge? Are you ready to rise above and beyond? Join Baba Shuaib and let's show the world what we're made of, because the only limit is the one you set for yourself.
I don't do anything that I cannot prove, but it seems that when people don't understand what I do or why I'm doing something, they are quick to judge. Quran chapter 18 verse 65. Remember, Moses was a prophet, right? But he went to another servant of God to seek knowledge. Sometimes the perspective you are looking at things, you might think you are right, till you go and meet another person. Maybe God has gifted him more than you. Then you get to realize, oh, you are actually falling behind. And that is why I open up for dialogue. I watch you just like you watch me. I master the art of double checking you more than you check me. So whatever you think you are coming with, I've already prepared the weapons on the side, because I know all of you are watching, especially the people who are coming for my neck. So I get prepared for all of your heebie-jeebies. This is how I'll be taking all of you one by one when you come at me. So go back and study. Just because you don't have understanding of something doesn't mean the other person is wrong. Just because it's beyond your imagination or understanding. Let's have a dialogue, one-on-one. Baba Shuaib will bring you, and let's face it out. I played a video in the beginning. This guy, he was saying, he made a video and say, Baba Shuaib, I cannot read Arabic. That's what he said. So let's go and check if he can actually read Arabic. This is a sentence, just a verse. In Quran chapter 33, verse 72, he is saying, I cannot read Arabic. So let's check if he could read. Because before you throw stones at somebody, you make sure you are perfect. So now check if this guy himself can read Arabic. So let's go. His name is UTI Bozo, right? You remember him, right? The guy who said the tree came to Muhammad and say, Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah. I don't know in which language the tree was speaking to the prophet. So that is the guy I'm playing his video. UTI Bozo. Listen carefully.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I have some one or two things to tell you. That's what you couldn't even read the Arabic clearly. He cannot even read the Arabic text from the source we are quoting. So read it for everyone to hear. Quran chapter 33 verse 72. سَإِنَّا أَعْرَضْنَا الْأُمَانَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالَ. Couldn't even read the Arabic. فَأَبَيْنَا يَحْمِلْنَا. Get out of here. Viewers, apologize. I'm continue. وَأَشْفَقْنَا مِنْهَا. إِنَّا أَعْرَضْنَا الْأُمَانَ.
Enye umana, amana.
على السماوات والأرض. I feel like crying, eh? والجبال.
Enye jibala, jibali. Nti yahono suwati.
والجبال. فأبينا يحملنا.
Where you be a film asa kind of poto.
Couldn't even read the Arabic. والجبال. Couldn't even read the Arabic. فأبينا يحملنا.
Sa anno na ujampo yeno. Yahmilnaha. Yuti adawa. Miso wa bon ankasa.
وأشفقنا منها. God have mercy upon us.
If Baba Shuaib cannot even read Arabic, I would not be saying Dybala. What is Dybala doing in the verse? Dybala is a football player who played for Juventus. Please say what Dybala? What Dybala? What Lionel Messi? Anyways, so that is UTI Bozo for you. Struggling to just read a verse in the Quran. He is saying I was given a verse in Hadith I was struggling to read, but I finished reading the verse from the Hadith. Even if I was struggling, I finished reading. One thing about Arabic language people don't understand is when you stop reading a passage in Arabic or a verse in Arabic for a couple of for a length of time, when you revisit the verse again, sometimes you have to stammer or sometimes you have to get stuck because you have to get the pronunciation right. So for people who are experienced in reading Quran or Arabic language, you can testify to what I'm saying. So when you are not familiar with a sentence in Arabic and you are given that, take it, read it, you will be looking at it, you might be stammering or you might even swap one letter mistake, because the point is you have to be precise. So that is why a lot of people dedicate their time, placing emphasis on tajweed, which by it doesn't come from God. Tajweed is not from God. It is the scholars who apply such rules so that you can be paying attention to every letter, every tashkil, you understand, in order to get it right. So one thing people don't understand is Baba Shuaib, I never place emphasis on perfection in reading and recitation. The idea is the meaning. Is it in line with what is being said? Is it in line? Because guess what? You might be an English speaker. You might be an Arabic speaker. You might be any other language you speak. You make slip-ups and you make errors in your speech. And there is something we call accent. You might have accent in the way you pronounce certain, letters or words. You might not get it in another person's language precisely. Are you getting the point? So when there are those mistakes happening, it doesn't mean you are intentionally committing those errors, but it's just that you will need a long time to catch up with that kind of things. But when people don't understand this, they think you have to be perfect. Hey, I have to be. No, nobody is perfect. I will tell you, nobody is perfect. That is what you need to understand. So anyways, I have this one video here that I heard Numan Ali Khan was saying something, and that thing touched me to the core. I loved what he's saying, and again, I was trying to fathom the idea of him having that kind of logical reasoning, and it has to do with Quran, because Numan Ali Khan, usually he's focused on the Quran more than the Hadith. Yes, Numan Ali Khan is usually more focused on the Quran than the Hadith books. So now, see, here, listen and pay attention to what Numan Ali Khan is saying in this video. This statement is just exceptional. This is the wisest statement I've ever heard any mushrik make. This is the wisest statement I've ever heard a mushrik. And when I say a mushrik, you should understand the sectarians, they are mushriks. And when I say this, it burns them to the core, to be honest. That's why Muhammad Hijab put my video on his page. Because when I use the word mushrik at them, it's not an insult though, but it is the biggest, like how will I say? It's like pinching them to the core. Yeah. And I can prove that. I can justify why I call them mushriks, because they've created a parallel religion, a different religion altogether. It's not from God. But what I'm saying is, what Numan Ali Khan said, it doesn't look like it's coming from a sectarian. It doesn't look like it's coming from a mushrik. What he just said is top-notch. It's just 100% factual. And I couldn't fathom to understand that it was actually coming from Numan Ali Khan. right? So let's listen to the video one again. A believer is supposed to be a thinker. A believer is supposed to be somebody who reflects. That's a thinker. You reflect on something. You know when somebody says something to you and you're like, wait a minute, did you say this? Do you mean that? You need to be a thinker. That's what a believer needs to do. A believer is not a sheep. The idea of what Numan Ali Khan is saying is, in summary, do not be a sheep. This part, I agree with him 100%. This is what Baba Shuaib keeps telling people. Regardless of you thinking Baba Shuaib knows more than you do, you need to apply your own thinking also. You understand? To reflect, to contemplate. Baba Shuaib is not holding you shackled by your neck by force. You have to agree with me. You understand? But you make sure what the thinking you are doing has to be logical and it has to be consistent. It shouldn't have discrepancies or contradictions. So if Baba Shuaib should tell you something based on knowledge, you need to verify for yourself, because the burden of verification is not on me, it's on you. So you verify. That's why I'm available. A lot of people ask me questions based on what I've said or what I've written. You understand? Then we can now arrive to the truth. Because may it be, Baba Shuaib is sitting here. I'm a human being, right? To err is human. I might say something where I might make a slip up. So if you are believing what I'm saying like a sheeple, then there's a problem. That is how the mainstream scholars got away with the ABGBs they've been doing. Because people believe them blindly, saying they have the PhDs, they have the degrees, they have the masters, they have the this from Azhar, from what? So does it. Automatically you think, mashallah, he knows it. What? So you don't need to be a sheep. A believer has a purpose in what he wants to know and what he wants to understand. So he has to be on a reflective path. You have to reflect on what a person tells you or says. Quran chapter 39 verse 18, God says, Allazina yastami'una laqawla fayattabi'una ahsanahu. So those who listen to the word and follow the best of it. You listen to the word, that is if it is the Quran, you can put that verse is in the context of the Quran or the book of God. But you can apply it in any other context. You listen to what is being said and follow the best of what you are being told. It is not everything a teacher says that you have to take. No, it is not everything a teacher says in the classroom that you have to take. You take the best of it because that is what is needed in the exams hall. It is not all the gibberish the teacher will be saying that is needed in the exams hall. No, that's not how logic works. So even the Quran, it is the best of the Quran you have to follow. You are not supposed to follow everything from the Quran. Are you going to follow the footsteps of the devil? Are you going to follow the footsteps of Fir'auna? Are you getting my point? Are you going to follow the footsteps of some of the genes, the bad genes, evil, shayateen? You are going to follow that just because it's in the Quran? The answer is no. So you reflect and follow the best of it, of what you have read from the Quran. Do you see the point? So likewise, when a person is speaking, it is not everything that person says that you take. You understand? You are in for the truth. Remember, what matters is the truth. It is not about the opinion. I hate it when people ask me for my personal opinion because I'm a human being. Likewise, you have opinions. So let's deal with the truth. Ask me questions that did God say wearing a necklace is haram? No, he didn't. We all move on. If you want to wear it, fine. If you don't wear it, I cannot blame you. Are you getting my point? So that is how the truth works. But when I start saying, you know what? If you wear a necklace, I think it is haram because, the women will be looking at you or the men will be looking at you. So it's haram. Then there's a problem. Then what are we doing? Are you getting my point? So now, Numan Ali, in summary, this video, I had to watch it several times because I was trying to understand, was it actually coming from this man? Of course, I will not be very, very surprised because he likes to dwell on the Quran more than the Hadith. You understand? ES says, I'm wearing a gold necklace, right? Oh, well, it's good. Wear it. Enjoy it. There's nothing haram about it, you know. But the mushriks will tell you, oh, I just remember. The mushriks will even tell you, the ladies, that wearing perfume is haram. So let me play one video right now. They will tell you wearing perfume is haram. Look at this guy, the Somalian guy, this guy.
It should not be fragranced or perfumed.
A woman, she's not allowed to put perfume on if she leaves the house. The Prophet, he told us in a hadith, any woman who leaves the house and she places perfume on herself, the Prophet, he said that she's a zaniya. She's a fornicator. So it's very dangerous that you place perfume on yourself and you leave the house. Be careful. That does not mean that you have to smell bad. It doesn't mean that. But it doesn't mean you have to smell or place on yourself perfume. Now,
it should not resemble the clothing of men.
Also, it shouldn't resemble clothing that men wear, for example.
I don't know what to do with these mushriks. I'm serious. I don't know. Like, we need to create a new planet for them. Seriously. They don't have to be on the same planet with us. Like, we have to tell Elon Musk to hurry up and take them to Mars. To be honest. These same people, hey, you know what? Akhi, music is haram. These same people, necklace is haram. These same people don't wear perfume. These same people don't wear gold necklace. Ahi, it's haram. You need to give us the tax for gold. These same people, I just don't understand. These same people will tell you TikTok, Facebook, YouTube is haram, but they are there. I'm serious. These same people. Look.
It should not be fragranced or perfumed.
A woman, she's not allowed to put perfume on if she leaves the house.
Where does it say that in the Quran? No, where? But the sheeple and the foolish ones will be listening to people like this, but they will not ask critical questions. They will not think, reflect. That's what a believer needs to do. This is what Numan Ali Khan say. Please save the video, share it wherever you see that statement, or from the video, clip it, share that part. When Numan Ali Khan is telling them, you don't need to be a sheep. You get the point. No need to be a sheep. Yes, somebody, no name, says, I know this man personally. Yes, you know him, but this is the point. People who think these guys are just, level intact in their head. Wallahi, they are not. I'm not joking with you. Wallahi, they are not level intact in the head. Wallahi. So now look.
The Prophet, he told us in a hadith, any woman who leaves the house and she places perfume on herself, the Prophet, he said that she's a zaniya.
What is this? Just because a woman put a perfume on herself, this guy is attributing it to the Prophet, that the Prophet says she's a fornicator or fornicatress. Why? Now, let it make sense to me. A woman wearing a perfume, she has already become a fornicatress. Hey! Was she fornicating with the perfume? No, seriously. So she took the perfume, she was fornicating with it? How is she? Hey. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. Where is Akrobetu? Akrobetu.
God have mercy upon us.
How? Just a woman put a perfume on her? And look at the foolishness he's going to say after that statement. Just look what he said. Look.
She's a fornicator. So it's very dangerous.
How is wearing a perfume very dangerous, for God's sake?
that you place perfume on yourself and you leave the house.
Oh my God. Hey, God, please help. Hey, he won't put a perfume on herself and leave the house. So she's just a fornicatress just by that. Oh, why, God? Why these people on earth with us? Hey.
Be careful. That does not mean that you're bad. You have to smell bad.
Look at the foolishness again. That doesn't mean you have to smell bad. So what does she have to do? No deodorants, because the deodorants have a good smell. Perfumes have good smell. So that does not mean she have to smell. What does she have to do? She didn't use shampoo. No shampoo. Yes. The same people sell the perfumes. It is these same people who sell the nicest perfumes. The same mushriks. They own the perfume shops. Yes. And this same guy talking, who is a Somali, look, their women even wear perfume more than anybody I know, because they are the same ones selling. Yes. So this statement, he should go and tell his people first. He should start from Somalia. Tell Somalia first. I don't see the hypocrisy. I don't understand. I cannot fathom this hypocrisy. These people just bozos everywhere. Wallahi.
It doesn't mean that. But it doesn't mean you have to smell or place on yourself perfume.
Hey.
Now,
It should not resemble the clothing of men.
also, it shouldn't resemble clothing that men wear, for example.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a wife and she wants to wear your shirt, please, according to this sheikh, it is haram. Don't let your wife wear your shirt. Huh? You know how when you are with a woman, she would like to use some of your clothing, like your t-shirt, maybe, or something, So for people who are married, you understand what I'm saying. You know, your wife can take your shirt and wear. Yeah. So it is haramu. Yeah, there's your shuyuks are giving you the hey, Allah, these people, eh? You remember the video Mufti Menk says, if your wife wants you to quack for her, you can even do quacking. Huh? I don't know if any of you, have you seen that video when Mufti Menk says if his wife wants him to quack, he will do it for her? So if your wife wants you to wear the women clothes, you have to wear Mufti Menk. Don't be a hypocrite, because you guys, I just don't understand. And this guy was not giving any reference. He was just talking. I don't know what he's trying to get at. If you make these guys to become the top, you put these guys in parliament to be making the laws in your country, you are screwed. To be honest, wallahi, you are screwed. That will be your end, especially UK. If you are allowing these bozos to lead your country, be careful. Anyways, let's go to the main this thing. This guy mentioned me. That is Ayub Karim. I don't know why he mentioned me, but he shifted the issue away from the goalpost, because Ayub Karim became very emotional, right? And he has already thrown in the towel. Of course, when I went hard on him, he became very emotional. He said I was insulting him. That is what my opponents always do. They become very emotional. Don't start a fight you cannot finish. You understand? So this is what Ayub Karim was saying. He said I called him a fool and a hypocrite. So this is what he has to say.
I told you the difference. Baba Shoaib, please make up your mind. Am I a fool or a hypocrite?
So Ayub Karim made a video. I thought he was bringing a strong argument. All the argument he brought was to be emotional and said I insulted him. And Ayub Karim went and spoke about my translation, because I said if he is a man, he should bring his own version of translation. Let's sit on the table and analyze. Your translation is not ready. Why should you even bring the argument? If you don't have a translation, stay mute, keep quiet, shut your beak and sit down. When you have your own translation is ready, come, we will put it on the screen. We are going to scrutinize your communion. The communion you mentioned about your communication, whatever, we are going to scrutinize. Then we can have a discussion. To go on to mention about the shajara, the tree, you say the field, the elephant, or the this. You didn't bring a point. You say you don't call God Lord. And he says he called him source of providence or whatever, provider or whatever. Okay, Lord, how is Lord a problem? Calling God Lord is a problem for you, Ayub Karim. You want to invent new words and new religion in totality. Because to you, you say even Islam is not a religion. You understand? So I don't know where you are heading to. All I asked for, before I did a rebuttal video on you, Ayub Karim, for those based in my WhatsApp group, bear me witness. Before I did a video on Ayub Karim, I actually extended hands to him in my WhatsApp group because he was in my WhatsApp group at that time. I extended hands to him and I said, Ayub Karim, we can have a dialogue on this. You did a video on me. At that time, had he responded to the offer, I wouldn't have done any rebuttal video against him. No. Ayub Karim ignored my request. Wallahi lazim, I'm not joking. That's why I call him a hypocrite. A hypocrite is somebody who say things, but what they are doing is different. So if actually Ayub Karim was willing to get to the truth or to have a compromising understanding of what is being misunderstood, he will have said, okay, yeah, sure, we can have a discussion or we can have a dialogue. But he, being a grown man, didn't have that wisdom. You know, sometimes people can grow old, but they lack wisdom, right? I'm just telling you the truth. The point is, I was expecting him, being an elder, to know better. I extended hands to you and I said, let's have a dialogue. He refused. He didn't answer my request. And those in my WhatsApp group can bear witness to that. So that is why I went hard on him. And you know me, Baba Shraib, all my videos, when I'm doing a rebuttal and I'm coming at somebody, because there are no rules in the game. I repeat, those rebuttals, there's no rule where it says, oh, if you're coming, don't hit hard, don't hit this side, don't hit that side. I make sure I make you emotional. So he came back emotional. Yes, this is him. If you watch this video, it was about 15 minutes. He was very emotional. Oh, Baba Shaib is insulting. But now you are asking me if you are a fool or a hypocrite. Ayub Karim, according to what you did, you are both. A fool is somebody who lacks good judgment. If you had good judgment, you will have realized that Baba Shaib using litany was not in the context of Christianity. It was rather in the context of understanding the word from its original roots. But because you have a hidden agenda, you went below the belt and then try to make me look bad in the eyes of the people when hypocritically you are also claiming to be the Quran alone follower. The best thing you were supposed to do is come, let's have consultation with each other and sit down at the table and have a discussion, just like Hamza Malik having that wisdom now to approach me so that we can have a discussion, because people are looking up on us. They are looking up to us. We might not be the best, but we are in the forefront. People have their times. They leave whatever they are doing to sit down and watch us because they have some benefits they take from us. They want to learn from us. And you chose to act like a hypocrite, which means you are not in for the truth. You are actually in for an agenda. An agenda is pull him down. Is it because I'm an African or I'm a black person? Of course, you are an African too. But the point is it because I'm black? Or what is the reason? Or what is it about? What is it about? So now, instead of coming to make a rebuttal on my video, he comes talking about my translation. And he says, Baba Shaib translation is this, is that. Ayub Karim, look, before you criticize my translation, make sure you have yours ready and it's out there in the public before you even open your beak to speak about my translation. Wallahi. We have people like Sam Gerans. We will not have a person like Ayub Karim talking about Sam Gerans. Why don't you pick him up? Talk about his translation. Go for Sam Gerans. Go for other translators. Why your focus on Baba Shaib? Did I ever mention you on my platform? Somebody says, oh, not a black card. I'm not putting a black card. I'm asking, is it because I'm black? It's a question. Don't misjudge a person's statement. I'm asking him a question, because if all the odds are against him and he doesn't respond, okay, Baba Shoaib extended hands to you, you didn't answer. Baba Shoaib says this, now you have issue with Baba Shoaib. So now I want to know, if it is not all because of this issue, is it because I'm black? So now what are you trying to say? That's what I meant by that. So now, if you will do videos and then you come emotionally, you say, Baba Shoaib is insulting me. I wasn't insulting you. I was insulting the demeanor, the character you displayed. What you did publicly is what I'm talking against. Yes, I'm not talking to make you look bad, or if you act a fool, you know me, Baba Shoaib, I never back down. When somebody acts a fool, you can be whoever you want. I will make a video and tell you are a fool. If you act like a hypocrite, I will make a video and tell you are a hypocrite. This is what the truth is about. The truth doesn't back down from you are old, you are fat, you are slim, you are white, you are black. No. So the people saying, oh, is it because I'm black? Look, when I was going back and forth with Hamza Malik, was he not a black man too? But I was going back and forth with him. We just realized, no, it is not maturity to keep going back at each other like that. Are you getting my point? It is not maturity. So we actually spoke. Apart from my live stream with Hamza Malik, we spoke again. That was on Monday, private discussion. We spoke for about 1 hour. And I will tell you for a fact, we were even smiling on phone, laughing. We spoke like adults. Hamza Malik is old enough to be my father. Yes, he is almost the same age with my father. So he's old enough to be my father. But what matters is about the truth. So if you, Ayub Karim, being an elder who should know better, and you are dealing with a younger man, I don't know if it's because of hatred or what is it about? Why can't you approach Baba Shoaib? Do you know how many elders actually approach me in my inbox or on my phone? Do you know how many elder people or elderly people talk to me or approach me? So now you say you went to watch my videos. You say, hey, Baba Shoaib has been always insulting people, and then now you're asking me if you are a fool or a hypocrite based on what you did. Ayub Karim was what I was answering. Based on that, yes, you acted a fool and you acted a hypocrite. That's all I said. It doesn't mean entirely you are a fool. It doesn't mean entirely you are a hypocrite. But based on what you did, so don't take my words out of context. So now if you are asking me if you are a fool or a hypocrite, you are both, because a person can be both. You are both based on what you did. I judge you as both. A person can still be a fool and a hypocrite at the same time. A person can be a teacher and a police officer at the same time. So based on what you, Ayub Karim, did, yes, I classify you a fool and a hypocrite at that time. Thank you. The next video, this is what you said.
In my opinion, Baba Shoaib is a Sunnified Quran alone, or a Sunnified Quran only.
So this is why I would throw such words at you to make you feel emotional and tell you are a fool. Now you sat down again, instead of doing a rebuttal, bring tangible evidences, bring something of logic, intellect, for people to even hold you in high esteem. You didn't. You make a video, you say, Baba Shoaib is Sunnified Quran alone follow. What kind of statement is this? What kind of statement is this? Who are you telling this? Your audience? Because you said I'm talking to my audience and I want to be the winner, whatever. Who are you telling this statement? Is it not your audience? You are telling your audience that Baba Shoaib is a Sunnified what? Where did I ever do videos promoting Sunnis or promoting what Sunnis do? Baba Shoaib is a Sunnified what? Quran alone. Again.
So, for these reasons, I will not debate Baba Shoaib.
Oh my God, he threw in the towel. Oh, he threw in the towel. So early. That's too early. Ayub Karim. No. No, Ayub Karim. Ayub Karim, too hypocritical, now come out and say because of that, for this reason, you are not going to do a dialogue or debate with me. That is hypocrisy. Because I already extended hands on to you before I even did a rebuttal. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this hypocrisy. Wallahi lazim, the chat is still in my WhatsApp group. When Ayub Karim first did a video on me, I have not yet done a rebuttal against him yet. And I extended hands to him. And I said, let's have a dialogue. He didn't accept. He didn't even comment. He didn't even say a word before I did a video against him. Now I did a video against him. He came out emotional saying that because I attacked him, he's not going to do a debate. He's not, oh, that is Fiero. Just tell the people you are running away because I will embarrass you, to be honest. If you come out as my opposition, instead of coming out as a matured elder where we can sit down to have a discussion on an intellectual level where people can take the benefits and go home, but you decided to be an opposition, that's a hypocrite to me. Yes, you are a hypocrite if you do that. That is hypocrisy.
He is childish in his behavior.
So now he says, I'm childish in my behavior. I'm childish in my behavior. You don't see the childish part you're playing? Huh? You don't see the childish part you are playing, Ayub Karim. Baba Shoaib is a young man. So if I'm doing childish activities, that is me. Anyways, Ayub Karim, I'm not going to spend more time on you.
And immature. Maybe because his parents did not buy him toys during his childhood. Hence, his immature and childish emotional rants. Baba Shoaib says he's going to call me Mr. Communion. No problem. But I am not going to call him Mr. Litany or Mr. Ritual. I have passed that emotional stage in my life.
Oh no, you didn't pass the emotional. You just said that my parents didn't buy toys for me. That is emotional. I wish you could speak to my father. He will tell you, my mother, God, may she rest in peace. She's not alive now. But you could have spoken to her and asked her. I got all the toys I needed when I was a kid. All the toys. So Ayub Karim, you are just, acting like a child. That's all you are doing. You have to be matured enough. Approach me. Let's have a discussion. And this is what he said. This is the last thing he said.
Illusion of grandeur. So now, let us look at Surah 24, Ayah 41. To learn what Salah is. Allah instructs us.
So ladies and gentlemen, now Ayub Karim is now going to tell us what Salat is. By the way, this is the last video I will ever do on this guy, Ayub Karim. I'm not going to mention you in any of my videos again. This is the last video. It's either you are coming for a dialogue or debate, but you already throw in the towel. You said you are not debating with me because I'm childish, right? But you have the guts to put 17 minutes video to reply a childish person. A childish person. Does logic resonate with this? If you say I'm childish, but you have the guts to make a video, put on the thumbnail Baba Shoaib, and make a video because of me, and you say I'm childish, then it means there's a problem. Why dedicate your time to a childish person? Okay. Anyways, listen.
To look at the birds, how they fly, with the wings outspread. Furthermore, Allah says they know their mode of salah, which means they establish salah.
So they establish communion, right? Ayub Karim, you said it means communion. So the birds are establishing communion, right?
Do you think that when the birds are up there establishing salah, where are they making your so-called ritual physical prostration?
Oh, Ayub Karim, when we say birds are doing their salat, the verse doesn't say they establish salat. It says each know its salats and its glorification. So the salat there, it means they know what they have to do to God. Because remember, salat is the act of remembrance of God. Quran chapter 20 verse 14. We establish salat for the remembrance of God. So when birds are also establishing or doing their salat, they also have their own form of doing salat. They don't have to do it like the way human beings do. Okay, let's use your logic. I'm going to prove to the people that you are old, but you are young in the brain. Look, when birds are flying, do you human beings fly? Do you have wings? Do you fly? But birds, they fly, right? Okay, when birds eat, they use their beak, right? The beak to eat. Is that how you, the human being, eat? No, you tell me. The way the birds eat, is that how you, the human being, eat? The birds, the way you human being, the way you are created and you do things, is that how birds also do the things? So if you, out of shallow mind, you said the birds also do salat, so it has to be the same way human beings do, then you are the biggest fool among the Quran alone followers I've ever seen. If that is how your logic works, you are a fool, to be honest. That's not how logic works. Just because they also do salat doesn't mean their salat has to be equal with human beings. Who on earth is giving these people brains to think this way?
In midair, please go and study this ayah in relation to birds. How they lift off the ground, fly with the wings spread open, and how they land. If you understand this, then you will realize that the Quran is not a religious revelation, but a secular revelation. secular. So I ask you, dear brother.
This guy doesn't believe in religion. It means he doesn't believe in God. Because if you believe in God, you never seen God. There is no way you can believe in God without being religious. It takes a fool to say Islam is not a religion. Number one, God revealed a book. Have you seen him? No. He revealed a revelation. That alone even makes it a religion. Because Quran is a revelation. It is built on faith, belief that a prophet, a man from the Arabian Peninsula received a book through revelation from God to tell you how you can serve that God. That is religion. You say Quran is not a religious text. Then what oh my God, is it a science book? This is why Baba Shoaib is asking for dialogue. You are going to see when I start having such dialogues, you are going to understand the perspective Baba is using to teach people. Because when you are far away, you will just be throwing empty missiles. Oh.
Brother Baba Shoaib, are the birds establishing salah as Allah pronounces, or are the birds doing litany?
At least the birds were not doing communion, as you claim. Ayub Karim. They were not doing the communion you claim. You sit down 3 times a day with your family to recite verses. You say you do communion, you exchange. Is that what the birds do? They do what you are also doing? Really?
Litany is a Christian concept of worship which is heavily loaded with strong overtones of shirk. Litany is defined as prayer or supplication. Whether birds praying and supplicating to God, firstly, there is no such concept as praying to Allah in the Quran.
What? Which Quran is this guy using, ladies and gentlemen? He says there's no such thing as praying to God in the Quran. Does he understand English? No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the one exposing Ayub Karim. He's exposing himself to you. Is this the guy you are listening to? This guy, is he the kind of guy you want to listen to? Oh my God. He said there is no such thing as praying to God in the Quran. So at least we're praying to the devil.
Secondly, supplication is found in the Quran and it is defined.
Oh my God. Now he says supplication is found in the Quran. Hey, does he know supplication can also be synonymous with prayer? Hey, Ayub, I need glasses. Wait. Ayub, can you repeat that part?
Litany. Litany is a Christian concept of worship which is heavily loaded with strong overtones of shirk. Litany is defined as prayer or supplication. Whether birds praying and supplicating to God. Firstly, there is no such concept as praying to Allah in the Quran.
I'm not going to take you seriously anymore. Ayub Karim, after this nonsense, wallahi, I'm not going to respond to you ever again. You become history. Anybody takes you seriously, wallahi, they are not okay, to be honest.
Secondly, supplication is found in the Quran and it is defined as dua, not salah. So litany cannot constitute salah.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm done with you. So that is the closing chapter of Ayub Karim, because he threw in the towel. He says he's not going to do debate with me. No dialogue, no debates, because he's not up to the task. Have you ever seen Ayub Karim do online debate or dialogue? You ever seen that? He cannot do it. He doesn't know how it works. He cannot do that. No. So let's take him out of the equation. It means he's scared, right? So let's give proper people attention. Let's give people who are willing to rectify the mistakes we have done in the past, right? Hamza Malik and I, we have realized what the back and forth we were doing is not good for the scene or for the people. We put that aside. We have to deal with the truth and knowledge. The best thing is to come together, sit down at the table, have a discussions. Then people can see what we can benefit from each other. That's how logic works. That's how the truth works. You understand? So if you are going to do it this way, I'm not going to join that kind of trend. That's my last video on you, Ayub Karim. I cannot waste my time on you, to be honest. Anyways, let's go on the main topic of today. You see these two bozos on my side of the picture. I have Ali Dawa. I have I have how do you call this guy? Muhammad Hijab on my right, maybe here. And then I have Ali Dawa down there. They are two best friends, right? Do you remember I did a video on these guys? If you remember my YouTube video that I did concerning secret marriage on these two guys. Let me see. I remember the video. It's in my playlist. If you go to my playlist, you look for Muhammad Hijab. I did a playlist where I spoke about that. So let me see if I can share a snippet from the video, right? So let me share the screen so you remember the video I'm talking about. Yeah, this was the video. For those on TikTok, you cannot see this, but this is the video where the title says Unveiling Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawa as the two deceivers. Because of their large fan base, because of their large following, because of the fan base they have and the following they have on social media, people actually think that is credibility. People think they can look up on them. So they think these are the role models that can be taken. So the video, you see them saying some of the dangerous statements, attributing it to the prophet. They never even gave any reference in the video. Kindly try to watch this video. It doesn't have to be a white lie. Muhammad Hijab is saying it can be a black lie. Please ask Muhammad Hijab this same question. Where did the prophet say it can be a black lie? That's a problem again. Does he know the meaning of black lie? Something which is totally illegal. Muhammad Hijab said it can be a black lie whether you have a secret wife or black lie. So it tells you the guy, the things he's been saying in his videos. If you remember, if anybody who watched that lecture I did on that video, I actually said, if this guy is married, please investigate his marriage. For anybody who has watched that lecture I did, it was 1 year ago. Go back and watch it again. I even place emphasis on saying, if this guy is married, kindly investigate him, because there could be something going on. And lo and behold, of course, this issue trending now, we have to investigate it, because it's not, I cannot say 100%. I put my trust in the circulation video, but of course, when a rumor comes out, sometimes you need to investigate to find out the truth. So that is the video. If you're looking for the video to watch, I trimmed it to 25 minutes. You can go and watch it on my YouTube channel concerning Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawa, when they were lying about Islam and lying against the Prophet of God, that he said you can have a secret marriage without your first wife knowing. That is a sacrilege. It's a big sacrilege. Imagine dying. When you die, leaving properties behind, and you have a secret wife, and you have a child with a secret wife. How is she going to be able to get the property, or get the properties you left behind? How can the other child get? Guys, ladies and gentlemen, do you remember the issue of Arnold Schwarzenegger? For people who know Arnold Schwarzenegger, the actor who acted the movie called Terminator. If you have watched it, if you have seen his movie before, I know you know him, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger, he acted one of the most popular movies on earth, Terminator movie, right? Have you heard about his personal life? Whilst he was married, he had an affair with the housemaid or something, and then they had a child. So she was pregnant, so he has to move. They have to sack her or drive her out. He went and rented a place for her, kept her with the child. Yeah, exactly, Muslima. So Arnold Schwarzenegger rented a place for the other one, and he kept her there, right? Okay. So he kept her there, and then she gave birth to a child. So later on, after like 20 years, the secrets came out, right? So now imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger had died. Imagine if he didn't get to reveal that secret and he died. That means the son will not get any inheritance from his father. That means it's gone. So you, the man, you have actually caused a broken family, and you are now going to face God again. Two troubles, one God. So this issue of saying you can have a secret wife, and you do a black lie to the wife by not telling her the real truth that you have a second wife. I don't understand. If you want to have a second wife, and you think the first wife doesn't deserve to be there, just tell her, okay, you know what? Hey, woman, I'm going to get a second wife. If you cannot handle this, let's go for divorce, right? So that you get what you want to get. Then I go for my second wife. Simple, right? Why go and hide the issue? Yeah, more, Why go and hide the issue and put it on the prophet without quoting a reference? I know it's from your garbage books anyways, because that is what your garbage books promote. For all the mushriks out there who will be pointing fingers at Muhammad Hijab, go and point fingers at the garbage books you are actually propagating first, because that is where he got that nonsense from. Stop pointing fingers at this hippie-jibbies guy. Don't point fingers first at him. When they made that video and they clocked more than 1 million or 2 million views for that nonsense, he and Ali Dawa kept 3 ladies there on the platform. When they were speaking those nonsense, we didn't see any mushrik coming out to condemn what they were saying, because the garbage books actually give thumbs up to that nonsense. That is not Islamic, and that is not from the Quran. So now I don't expect any mushrik. If we are talking about Muhammad Hijab, I don't expect any mushrik to come out and condemn Muhammad Hijab. No. I'm talking about the mushriks. I'm not talking about us. We can condemn him because he's not following the Quran. Yes, Quran doesn't, tell you to go and do that. But I'm just talking from a logical perspective. If you have a wife If you have a wife and then you want to get a second wife and you cannot tell that secret to your first wife, what if you die leaving a big company, leaving a lot of wealth behind? As you see, Muhammad Hijab at the moment is wealthy. Imagine somebody who has his YouTube monetized and he has over 1.3 million followers, or almost 1.3 million followers on YouTube. Do you realize how much he's getting paid when he makes a video? And apart from that, do you know what firms and corporations he's partnering with? And he's an actor, by the way, a mushrik actor. Muhammad Hijab is an actor, so he's making a lot of money. So when I heard the audio, and then I saw the messages, and I watched the video, and they said he kept the lady in the hotel and he didn't pay for it. I was like, what? So you have the guts to even keep her in the hotel, but you couldn't pay for it. Muhammad Hijab, you are rich now. You are rich, and you couldn't pay for it. Because if it's a secret wife, you married her. At least if the Sunnah should tell you, the Sunnah didn't tell you to pay her hotel bills for her. His Sunnah didn't tell him that. He has a wife who couldn't pay her bills, but Sunnah didn't tell him to pay the bills. So what Ali Dawa has to speak for you on this. Anyways, let me play this one. I have a video I need to play. Yes, Muslima, I saw that. Let me play a video here. This is the allegation for now.
In a world of spiritual influencers and public dawah figures, trust is currency. And with trust comes responsibility. But what happens when that trust is weaponized, twisted into manipulation, secrecy, and abandonment? Before I proceed, let me level with you. I do not want to be here speaking about these issues. I do not want to be the face of any online movement. I have nothing to gain, yet have everything to lose. But why? Why do I feel so compelled to speak up? Because someone has to speak up. Someone has to do the not so popular work. Especially when all the leaders and organizations that should be fighting for the rights of those transgressed within our community, they all remain silent. You know why? Because it doesn't help their brand. It doesn't bring in the hundreds and thousands, if not millions, in donations. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep me and the others helping behind the scenes sincere in our efforts. Allahumma ameen. Behind Veils is not just a channel. It is a movement, a space for the unheard, the betrayed, and the silenced. And today, we bring forward one of the most troubling stories we've encountered, because the man at the center of it isn't just a figure in our ummah. He's a global personality who commands influence, wields scholarship, and yet, behind closed doors, denies a marriage he once entered. This is the case of Sister Aisha. Her real name is concealed for protection, her voice unshaken, her truth revealed.
Now, from what we just heard, this Behind the Veils, this is a channel, a video was posted, and this, the name, of course, she has to change the name so that she cannot be traced or something. So they actually brought, I think they played one of the interviews, or was it the audio recordings she did? So they played allegedly what she said Muhammad Hijab did. Of course, I have the conversations have been shared to me. I have the screenshots of the messages or the video. But the point is, look, I'm going to quote a verse from the Quran. Let's pay close attention to this. Quran chapter 49, verse 6, right? Just a second. Let me put this. Quran chapter 49, verse 6. Yeah. Now let's check this verse carefully. God says, "Oh, you who have believed, if an immoral person brings you news, then ascertain," meaning to investigate, lest you strike a people out of ignorance, then you will become remorseful over what you have done. So with me, Baba Shuaib, usually I'm very careful when people's information are presented to me. I have to deal with it with justice, and I have to deal with it according to the truth. I don't want informations whereby I will go and speak something of defamation to defame somebody's personality. So I will rather cross-check. If it is allegedly, I will do my due diligence to investigate how it is or what it is about. Now remember, according to the video, the full video that I just played part of the video, the behind the veils page. I just played the beginning of the video. I didn't play the full video. Now, according to what the lady was saying, of course, she didn't give her name. She didn't give her identity, for some security reasons. Because when people are in the limelight and they have all the power, they have all the corporations and the people supporting them, if you speak against such people, you could be under threat or you could be in danger doing that. Bringing all your informations out is dangerous. So she's trying to seek the help of the media as it stands now. But according to the media personality who was speaking, he said they try to reach the top guys, that the scholars or the top guys, in order to do something about it. But everybody is keeping mute about it because their hadith books propagate such nonsense. It actually supports the nonsense. Yes, the hadith books support this nonsense. So if they have to go ahead and speak against Muhammad Hijab publicly, there will be an issue. There will be a problem. So they have to keep mute. They are quiet on this. But when I do my investigations, when I watch the video, when I saw that the text, and I saw what is going on, of course, we cannot draw conclusions as it stands now. There's nothing tells me that Muhammad Hijab cannot do what he's being accused of. Nothing tells me he can never do that. Nothing. His demeanor, his character, his personality, the way he presents himself, and I can judge his character based on the video that transpired with him and MFG. I have the video. Let me just play the video here so you see what you are going to see, the personality you are going to see. I intentionally put this picture of him on my page. You see that picture? You see how he's looking at the camera? I intentionally choose that particular picture. Then I chose the innocent face of Ali Dawa because that is his best friend. He knows all the secrets too. That's why Muhammad Hijab was doing that laugh the last time. You see. But anyways, let me play this video. What transpired between him and MFJ after what transpired, the things Muhammad Hijab said after they took off MFG. Now check what he did.
Notice he didn't say Assalamu alaikum because he believes that we'll keep kuffar. Yeah.
This was after they kicked off MFG from their page. When MFG came to ask him, are you going to debate Baba Shuaib or not? Right? Because remember, he did a video on me. After this, he took this video down and he took the video he did on me also down from his YouTube page. What transpired in this video? What happened is he took this video after this exchange. He took it down from his YouTube page, and few days later, he took the video he did on me down also from his page, because what this guy is doing is attacking God and the Quran. And when you do this to God, you have to be ready for what is coming. So when these things started popping up, I wasn't surprised. But let me show you who Muhammad Hijab is. Watch this video and understand who he is. This is after they kicked off MFG. Check the line of you watch the video.
He believes we're kuffar. All right, cool. You believe we're kuffar because we're following the Prophet Muhammad's hadith. That's a very strange reason for takfir to be pronounced on anyone, by the way. It's a very strange reason for takfir to be.
So you said MFG believes you are kuffar because you are following the hadith of the Prophet. Okay, no problem. You are following the hadith of the Prophet. We claim we are following the book of God, which is the Quran. Muhammad Hijab says we are kuffar. He says we, the Quran and lone followers, we are not to be considered Muslims. He said it in his videos. Just because we want to follow the book of God. You said we are rather kuffar. But now you are saying because you are following hadith, we consider you to be kuffar. You are hurt by that. Hey.
Pronounced on anybody. Oh, because well, why is this guy a kafir? Oh, because he follows the Prophet Muhammad. So I wonder what it means to be a Muslim then. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, an odd guy.
Muhammad, MFG never insulted him on the platform. When MFG was there, MFG never insulted him. Muhammad Hijab never gave MFG the chance to speak up. No. MFG wants to speak, he will keep saying Muhammad. That's what he kept doing to MFG. He never gave MFG the chance to speak up. When he asked MFG a question and MFG is about to answer, he will start saying Muhammad. Now look.
And I'll be honest with you guys. And I'll be honest with you.
I'll say that.
Well,
didn't he say that there was something wrong with the Quran, like that he didn't. He made.
You see, the panelists, the people on the panel, I don't know if they are scared of Muhammad Hijab. They were very quiet on that day. They couldn't speak up. They couldn't say anything to Muhammad Hijab that, hey, chill out. No. I don't know if they are scared of him being a big guy or they are scared of him being a tough guy. He was actually admitting that he's a bully. You watch.
Yeah, he's all over the place. He was saying this, that, but here's the thing. Do you know what? Yeah, I wish I could just live in a society and in a place and a time where we're just having normal conversations, where we're just drinking tea and having normal conversation, and that we don't have to respond like this to people.
Yeah.
But I just don't know why. Yeah. People think they're going to approach a man like me.
What? People think they are going to approach a man like you? What is wrong with approaching you? Muhammad Hijab, what is wrong with approaching you? Hey! Now, just imagine, MFG never insulted him. MFG only said, you are scared to face Baba Shuaib. That's all MFG said. And that triggered the balls of Muhammad Hijabis. Just because MFG said, you are scared to face Baba Shuaib. That is the only thing that triggered this guy.
And I'm going to say, a man like me, yeah? Why do you think you're going to approach a man like me, disrespect me, and that I'm not going to respond? Do you think I'm like your dad or your mom?
MFG never mentioned your dad or mom. MFG, as a matter of fact, MFG didn't even say, oh, Muhammad Hijab, you know that, oh, you are a sissy or you are a, oh no. Look, MFG was respectful to him. It was just a little banter because he tried to make MFG look stupid on the program. So just MFG also said, yeah, you are scared to face Baba Shuaib, you know. That's it. That is it. This statement triggered this guy. You are going to watch this video. It's just 5 minutes. But watch his demeanor and reaction. Then align it with the accusations being circulated right now. I'm serious. There's no way you can take this guy out of that accusation. If Muhammad Hijabis can sit live on a stream and try to act like a bully to another man, yes, Busiliba, then it tells you what this guy can do to a lady, to a woman or a lady. So now watch.
I'm asking this guy the kafir, and you think I'm your dad or your mom? You think so? Yeah, I'm speaking about your dad, your mom. You think you can speak to me like the way you speak to your dad and your mom? You can't speak to me like that, bro. Maybe you could be a murtad and do this and that. You can't speak to me like I'm your dad or your mom. No chance. Because the moment you start disrespecting me, I'm going to put you in your place. Immediate. Don't speak to me like I'm like a daddy. And if your dad's, if he's spoken about slap him as well, your daddy is. If your I'm saying it, if your dad spoke to me like that, I'll smack him. Your daddy, yes, your daddy. You heard me right. Any of those kuffar or this one, that one, bro. Don't try it with me, bro. Don't try it. Yeah? Don't disrespect the thing. Who do you think we are? Think we're going to give you that one cheek? Bro, I'll give you a slap in your face, you understand? come and talk to me. Come and talk to me like that. Come on, disrespect me. Come and disrespect me. Come and disrespect anyone and say things. You'll see. Don't ever come and speak to us like that, bro. Who do you think you are, man? What do you think this is? We'll talk academic, this and that.
Guys, look at the demeanor and reaction of the panelists. Look at their faces. Look how embarrassed they were. Look at their demeanor, and this guy's weakness was just exposed on a video. Muhammad Hijab, as soon as this stream was done, he took it down. He forgot that the internet never forgets. Whilst it is ongoing, people were recording. I'm serious. MFG never insulted him. Wallahi lazim. Look, I have the first video. I can play it after this. MFG never insulted Muhammad Hijab. He never even raised his voice to say, hey, who do you think you are? You think you are a tough guy? MFG only said, you are just bullying. You just want to be a bully. That's what MFG told him. Then MFG told him, you are scared of facing Baba Shuaib. Then Muhammad Hijab says, yeah, I'm scared. So I think that triggered his ego. It's affected his pride, his ego. I think MFG made him look small. So he hated that fact that, you know, when you feel like you're a big guy and somebody makes you look small, there's no coming back from that. Like, there's no way you can, come back from that. It's difficult to come back from that. So that was the emotional aspect Muhammad Hijab was facing. So even the panelists were confused. They were like, let's go.
So yeah, no problem. We're academic with the academics, but trust me, yeah, we'll become thugs with the thugs, you know.
Where did MFG mention anything about tag life or tags? Where does this issue stem from? Where did it stem from? Oh, what happened to my phone? Where did this issue stem from? Where is the issue of tag coming in? Where is the issue of academic coming in? MFG never mentioned something about academics. MFG never mentioned anything about tags.
Don't ever come speak to me like that again. You understand?
What? How did MFG speak to you? Guys, I still can't understand how it got to that point. Still, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. How it got to that point, it still is not making sense to me. I'll play the video when MFG hopped on. I'll play that video to show you. After this, I still cannot get my head around it.
I'll put you in your place. Come here and speak to me like that in person.
Then he says, come here and speak to me like that in person. Oh, they disconnected my live stream on TikTok for no reason. Look, my live stream on TikTok was just disconnected for no reason. My live stream was just disconnected on TikTok for no reason. My live stream on TikTok just disconnected for no reason. I don't know what happened. It just went away. Anyways, this is the first time my TikTok has actually done this. My TikTok never goes off like that. Oh, they don't like I'm talking about Mohammed Hijab or what? Hey, Mohammed Hijab, are you part of the TikTok management? Hey, so can't I speak about Mohammed Hijab now? Yeah, I think they are reported. It could be. Yes, because I think recently he shared my video on TikTok also. So I tagged him. So maybe my TikTok video my stream was taken down. But I'm back on TikTok. So you can stream live on TikTok for those who are watching. I'm back. Right? AJK, I already have a video on that, right? But after this, if I have time, I'll answer questions on this. Don't worry. I'll come back to you. So let's continue with this.
Bring your dad as well. I'll put you both in your place.
He said MFG cannot speak to him in face-to-face like that. Then he said, bring your dad as well. I'll put you both in your place. What warrant? What? Oh my God. What brought about all this issue? MFG never insulted him. So I think Mohammed Hibijibis was embarrassed after this. He had to take the video down. And even the panelists were embarrassed to be on the same platform. And he went on a rant for like 10 minutes. Yes. The rant never just ended just like that. It took like 10 minutes rant. Let me see if I found the... Where's the video? I'm going to put up the video here. Yeah. Let's go.
You and your father. وأنتم صاغرون. Sit down. You and your father. حتى يعطوا جزء عن يد وهم صاغرون, bro. You'll be sitting down on the chair and I'll be standing in front and say, shut up, bro. You don't believe in the sunnah. Shut your mouth, man. You don't believe in the sunnah. Shut your mouth.
So if somebody doesn't believe in the sunnah, he has to shut his mouth. So he has to subjugate you because you don't believe in the sunnah. Because this guy has a superiority complex. So he thinks yeah. Yes, that's the point. MFG says his father is actually MFG says my father is actually a Sunni. Yes, but here we have Mohammed Hijab. Exactly. He got all the qualifications to present himself as an intellectual. Yes, but he's not. He's weak. Yes, Mohammed Hijab is weak. He's a thug. He's a gangster. That's how he sees himself. Right?
Don't ever come and speak to me like you're any authority, you or any other denier of the sunnah.
Hey, this guy is taking this issue very personal. This is beyond knowledge. Something you can have a dialogue or debate is beyond that. It's personal now. You can sense it. It went to a point where he mentioned the issue of gun, bullets and gun. Then when he realized it is on a video, then he said, oh, bullets of knowledge. I hope we reach that part.
The Sunnis will be standing like that. You'll be sitting down like on your cross-legged. Yeah? You cross-legged and shut your mouth. You're not here. You got nothing to offer. Something bereft of quality has nothing to give.
Let's put that behind us. Let's put that behind us. Let's end on a nice positive note, inshallah. Bro, there's been brothers and sisters, mashallah, following and listening.
After all of that, after look at the abuse that we have to get, are you not gonna give charity now? Are you not gonna give charity to the same institute? No, let's be honest, Aki. Look what we have to deal with, bro. Aki, I'm sorry to say, yeah, to the public, look what we have to deal with. We have to deal with people trying to disrespect.
Yeah, his panel they were embarrassed. Yes, they were so embarrassed. That's why they couldn't say a word. When he was laughing, they were not laughing. They were just having a fake laugh just to make him feel like we are with you. But they were not with him, to be honest. He actually he presented an ego which was fragile, which actually showed us that we can see through Muhammad hijab. Like you can see through him pretending to be a big guy, but he's small here. That's how he displayed himself on that day.
We have to try and deal with legal cases. We have to try to send that, and we're trying to scrounge around just to keep our institute going.
How does MFG stop your institute from growing? You are the one going to rather stop your own institute from growing from your reaction. Yeah, from your reaction.
Come on, man. That's wallah, that's haram. Haram, man. We've got people we've got so many people in the Sapiens Institute that need. Yeah, they need to continue with us. Otherwise, we're gonna have to make cuts. Do you know what I'm trying to say? What do you want? Do you want people to be out of a job?
How does MFG asking you if you want to debate with Baba Shraib got to do with people cutting their jobs? Okay, so we are actually exposing you mushriks. You don't like it because the exposure is going to show the weakness. It's all about making money to these guys. Yes, the Sunnis, it's all about making money. It's not about the truth. Yes, so when we bring the truth, we are going to crush a lot of their people's jobs. Yes. Muslima, yes, he's losing money on that. So no wonder when he did a video on me, he dropped it down. Yes, he's scared to lose his audience. He's scared. So when the issue of this extramarital affair or what getting the secret marriage thing came up, when I went back to watch this video, I was like, I wouldn't doubt it if this guy actually did it. There's no way I can doubt. Because you could see from what the lady was saying that she's like, he made her look like, how will I say? When I was watching the part where she said, I don't want to talk to your family. I don't want to meet your family. I could read what she's saying in the voice of Muhammad Hijab. I could envision that, him saying that. And that is why they have the muta marriage, the muta, where you have the temporary marriage and so on. Yeah.
Is that what you want? And then you can get this kind of thug. Yeah, this. Sorry to say, I'm going to say some bad words if I continue. But this kafir is this individual, this thug. You get people like him yapping their guns and stuff.
They wish they could tell him to stop, but they couldn't because none of them has the balls to tell the guy to stop. They wish they could tell the Muhammad Hijab to stop ranting. They wish. Wallahi, you could see their faces, you could see their reaction. The guy sitting next to Muhammad Hijab was tired, to be honest. I'm not joking with you. He was tired. But it's just that none of them has the balls to tell him straight. No, of course, I know, Muslim, I know that. Muhammad Hijab was actually presenting himself, telling the world who he is. So when he realized, oh shit, did I just do that on the video? Let's take it down. Let's take it down. Oh, it's too late.
And there's no response. And we Team Sunni. We're going to just sit and twiddle our thumbs and wait for everyone to just have their way with us. Allow it, man. It's time. There's a couple of you guys now should feel angry on my behalf. Say, look how this guy was. He was just sitting there minding his business. Some guys was respecting him at the night.
He's telling the audience they have to feel angry on his behalf. I swear to God, God bear me witness, if this guy is a leader of a nation, he can lead his nation to war without a reason. I'm not joking with you. If this guy becomes a leader of a movement, he can lead his gang to a war without a reason. I'm not joking with you. Wallahi lazim, I'm not joking with you. When you take such people for granted, they will show you their real faces. If you think it's just a joke, wallahi, people like this will reveal their real agenda. It's not a joke. Don't take it as a joke. It's not a joke.
Time after Ramadan. So disrespect. So no, that's it. The savings institute. Bang. Put half your life savings in there. No problem. Whatever. Put 10%. Put something in there, Aki. You saw what happened with Abu Bakr and Umar. Abu Bakr Siddiq. And he's like, I'm going to give this much. Umar said, hey, Abu Bakr beat me because he put all of his savings. Wow. This is the jihad. This is.
Well, Muhammad Hijab is just fragile. He's just fragile.
Ramadan.
Bro. What's your name, my friend?
My name is Muhammad. I represent the Quran Alone community. I have a YouTube channel where we talk about the Quran Alone methodology. But Muhammad Hijab, I did have a very simple question for you. You did put a video about the gentleman who said Sunnis are mushrik, and you put a 10-second clip of the man speaking. And he's a good friend of mine, and he's my mentor. His name's Baba Shuaib, the correctional officer. And I was wondering, and I could see a lot of comments are saying the same things on the video. Would you be interested in actually debating him instead of just a 10-second video? I think it would be fair in scope of things, right?
Well, the thing is, I mean, if I'm in speaker's corner, for example, you can come down. I don't know what country he's based in, the man. What country is he based in?
The man is based in Finland, so it's a long trip. But okay. I mean, it would be fair for you to set up a debate online. We have the resources, and God told us to tabayyanu, right? Maybe he is saying something that has some sense to it.
Oh, I'll consider that a proposition, but just for now, because the time is short, give me your question, please.
I'm asking you, would you be interested in debating Baba Shuaib? That's my question.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if I have the time for it, or if there's well, I don't see why not. I see why not.
Well,
if he comes on right now, I mean, if you've got him on there, if you can come on right now, we can ask a question. Well, if you've got his number, tell him to come on right now.
If you'd like, I can get him on right now.
No, we've got 5-10 minutes. But come on right now.
But it shouldn't be a 5-10 minute thing, because obviously you brought a lot of points across which we've.
I think it will be a 5. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it will be a 5-10 minute thing.
No, I think you are taking things.
I'll be honest.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the calm conversation. The only time MFG even we use a word against him is told him that you are trying to be a bully. That's what MFG told him. Stop being a bully. Allow me to speak. Then MFG now went ahead to say you are scared of facing Baba Shuaib. That is it. That is what triggered Muhammad Hijab. That is it. Do you see how nicely the conversation started? There was nothing wrong with how MFG came into the program. There is no cause of alarm. You will be shocked. Look at the beginning of their conversation. You will be imagine what triggered Muhammad Hijab. Look at the beginning of the conversation. You see, he was laying back. But when he got angry, he sat up. So when I try to align this with the rumor going around and the video and then what the lady said, I was trying to pick Muhammad Hijab and insert into what she's describing. I'm trying to picture it. And I couldn't separate him from what she's saying. I couldn't. Yes, I couldn't separate Muhammad Hijab from, sometimes when you have somebody's personality, like for me, Baba Shoaib, for people who know me in real life, when you know somebody in real life, you know the person's personality. Muhammad Hijab present his personality outside and inside. So we see his online personality and we see his public personality. Yes, Muhammad Hijab present both, same way. So there is nothing like, for me, Baba Shoaib, when people see me outside, they get surprised. They are like, are you correctional officer? Because I usually outside, I'm different. Outside. Yeah. You will not see me outside and you think, oh, this is correctional officer Baba. No, I'm a simple guy outside. I can go out with my kids. I can just leave my car and take a train or take a bus. I live my life normal. Like, I don't try to be like. But when Muhammad Hijab is speaking, his demeanor, his action, this guy wants to tell you he's on top of the world. Just because they mention him, they put him in the forefront, or you have the degrees, you have that, if they put this bozo or hibijibis in front of the Islamic forefront, oh, I'm serious, you guys in UK, you are in danger. This guy, oh, no. This guy is fragile. In my daily life, sometimes people recognize it, not regularly, but sometimes, people recognize me. And because sometimes people see me walking around, they don't expect to just see me walking around or being, I work in the public space, so people can see me. But when people see me, they try to picture correctional officer and picture me standing, Baba Shoaib, and they are like, why are you here? Because when they see me on social media, they see me as a big personality, like very big person. That's what people assume. And outside, I just appear, of course, normal, decent, presentable, and there is no way you see me outside, unless if you actually hate me. But there's no way you see me outside and you try to fit in Baba Shoaib, correctional officer, into my personal life, like straight. No, that you cannot fit me in. I'm way different outside, Thank you, Sister Jian. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So the video of the lady, I will have played it. I don't want to play it right now on this platform because of that this video just came out. I even have a video recording of the messages being exchanged. I don't want to play it right now. You understand? According to the sources, they say Muhammad Hijab is quiet on this for now because, of course, he doesn't want to take it on in the public, because then it will be a public attention. When people are famous, there are ways they want to handle issues like this. So in order not to get the world focusing on his personal issue, he will prefer to do it on the back door. According to the behind veils, the video I just played from that channel, this video.
In a world of spiritual influence,
according to him, he's saying they try reaching out to Muhammad Hijab, but he kept turning down. He doesn't want to speak, right? So for defamation issues, I don't want to play the video, because the video is actually talking about the image of Muhammad Hijab, making accusations and certain things. So I don't want to go and play the video whereby, you understand. So this, you have to understand, everybody has lovers and everybody has enemies. I can't just tell straightforward that, oh, this is 100% true. But I'm saying, Baba Shoaib, I cannot separate Muhammad Hijab from the accusations being made, from the way he presents himself on social media and in real life, the kind of guy he thinks he is. I can imagine him bullying the lady. I can imagine silencing the lady. He can do that, right? But it's always good to investigate such issues. Don't just go straight just because you hate Mohammed Hijab or you dislike him. Don't go just like that. Please, with all due diligence, investigate such issues and understand which perspective you are going to take on before you point fingers. Because you remember, everybody has haters and lovers. You understand? So sometimes you might not know, is it an act to just defame him, or is it an act which is actually true? Not till the real truth comes out, we should be careful the way we point fingers at people, because we are not free from what is happening. People can also do to us likewise, right? So you have to be careful the way you take up informations when they are presented to you. You do your due investigation. Yes, I have a video when he actually did a fake, is it a marriage? He joined people in marriage, which he is not supposed to do. This video, listen to this video of Mohammed Hijab. Is it? Not this video. Sorry, I saved it somewhere. I don't think this is the video. Yeah, but I do have a video of him where he said he joined two people in marriage without he actually knew they were divorced, but he made a union of two people together, the lady and then he said after that they got divorced anyways. But speaking about what just transpired concerning Mohammed Hijab, what I'm trying to let you understand is whatever is going on, I think the lady tried her best to go all the means to get the thing sorted out. It wasn't done. Nobody was listening to her, or nobody was believing her. So sometimes it's good to have the evidence. She has the evidence, maybe from the conversations they have, the messages, the exchange. The evidence is there. When you go to present an argument or something, hatu bur'anakum, just bring the proof. If you have a proof of what is being said, that's it. Whenever somebody tells me, hey, Baba Shaib, this happened, that happened, somebody said this, somebody said that, all I need is evidence. I just want you to present it, then I examine it. When I examine it, yes, then fine, I can now see what needs to be done. I don't just, out of ignorance, just go, when somebody's name or image is being tarnished, then I'll just go and say, yeah, you know what, yeah, I support, yeah, it's true, is that? No, I don't do that. You understand? So when people pass on false allegations or false claim against me, I take them on legally. As I'm talking now, legally, I've taken somebody on in Finland. The case is pending for defamation suit. You know, I don't need to come out and say, hey, you know what he said is a lie. No, I don't need to do that. So sometimes some people want to handle defamatory issues privately. They don't want to bring it out there for people to be discussing their personal lives. Do you get my point? So if Mohammed Hijab doesn't want to talk about it publicly, we all saw that his ego, he has a fragile ego. So maybe he doesn't want to, to look small in the eye of the public. You understand? Yes, Muslima. So when we tackle such issues, we have to tackle it with caution. You understand? So in order not to be on the side where already somebody like Mohammed Hijab hates people like us. You saw how he was talking about MFG. So imagine me going to play videos about this against him, and then it turned up it's not true. He will sue me. And imagine Mohammed Hijab wants to sue me for defamation. Do you know how much money he's going to put? My lifetime savings. Kid Costume says, Baba, send me a t-shirt. Well, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Just send me a message on my WhatsApp or something. I don't know where you are based. You understand? So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Zach, you said I called the Prophet mushrik. Please, let me put my phone number. Please, Zach, can you call and prove to me where I called the Prophet mushrik? Please, thank you. Kindly call and prove to me where I called the Prophet a mushrik. Please. You understand? Somebody is based in Finland here, claiming that Baba Shaib is a lunatic, is a madman, is a this, is swearing. lying about my personality, yes, I've taken the case. The case is pending. It's with the police and it's with my lawyer. When the food is ready, he will hear from me. This is how you want, sometimes people want to handle. I don't need to come on the video and I say, hey, you know what? Somebody in Finland said this and you know, it's not true. No, I don't need to do that. No. So sometimes some people have different ways of handling issues when it's public. Sometimes they don't have to make loud noise. Just deal with people by law. There is, you know, way to sue people on defamation. You understand? Because your personality or your destiny is at stake. So when people go around even lying about me as such, all I need is evidence. When people lie or say things about my personality, you know, so this is why I'm being careful the way I'm approaching Mohammed Hijab's issue. So don't think when I didn't play a particular video that it means I'm hiding something. No, I don't want to go and stand in front of the court where they will say you have to pay somebody $20 million. Where do I have it? Or euros or pounds? Where do I have it? So let me be in peace eating my chicken and my my pizza. I don't want any problem. So yes, if Mohammed Hijab accepts to do a debate with me, yes, I will be willing to take up that. And then you understand, we expose his EBGBs. But this is his personal issue. If it has happened, he has a secret wife. He already spoke to the world. Yes, Muslim, I've seen the text. I have the video. The text, everything, I saw it. But still, it's a text. Still, in a court of law, somebody like Mohammed Hijab with his lawyers can deny that it is not him. If he said the text is not me, he has a case. He can even say, even if his video, his picture is there, he can say it's not me, it's somebody impersonating me. Still, it will be believable. So it is only when these matters are taken to court, the police do their investigation, have the extracts of all the messages, then they can actually attest to or affirm and say, yes, these things are true. It is Mohammed Hijab and this and that, you know. But as a matter of fact, as things stand, still it's a personal issue. Whatever transpired between her and him, I don't know why it took so long for her to step out. But of course, it's not impossible. But these issues, we have to be careful when we approach. It's a matter of privacy. It's a private issue which is now outside. It is outside for a reason. And the lady speaking said he refused to pay hotel bills. He didn't give her money. She has a child. Is it daughter or son or something? She said he wasn't giving money. You know, so I don't understand what type of marriage they have. How did she agree in the first place? Why would she allow him saying he doesn't want to see her family? So when they got married, who stood for her as a wali? Who was a representative? Who stood on her behalf to get the marriage done? Of course, she's a mature lady. She can get married, but then who did she tell? And who was the witness? So these are some of the things when issues are presented, we need to investigate first. We need to come to a conclusion whereby Mohammed Hijab, not being perfect, still might have enemies also. So when issues are presented, we have to I know. Mohammed Hijab normally shames his people when they try to defame him or something. He normally comes out to shame them, right? But I don't think I've ever seen him doing it to a woman or a lady. I don't know. If there is, please let me know. I've never seen Mohammed Hijab come in to shame a woman in the public or something. But I know he normally does it to men or something. But the point is, when this kind of issues comes in, we have to be careful, because when we go attacking a person without actually doing our investigation, there could be trouble out there for us also. So we have to pay attention. Anyways, this is the phone line. Please, anybody who wants to call, you are free to call. You can call on my WhatsApp, or I send a link, also invitation link. You can join. Let me paste it there. If you want to hop on as a guest, this is the link. Yes, somebody says, Mevlana says she did say to publicly do mubahala if he is truthful. Yes, you see, He's famous out there, and I've just exposed to you that this guy is emotionally fragile, and his ego, he has a weak ego. He will not dare come in public to discuss this issue. I'm telling you for a fact, Muhammad Hijab is kind of a person who can cry in public, who can sit in the public and he's crying. Yes. From the video I just played, how Muhammad Hijab acts when his ego is touched, I can tell you for a fact. Muhammad Hijab, when he has this mubahala with this lady in public, he will cry. Because his ego comes number one. You don't touch Muhammad Hijab's ego. No, of course, if the allegations are true, there's no, how can he sue me? No, he can't. So not till it is proven true, I can't just bring the things out just like that. So I'm being careful, because he actually showed that he hates us, the Quran alone followers. Muhammad Hijab is telling us he hates us very much. So we have to be careful. Yeah, the level of hatred he has, he just displayed it in the video I played, right? So So anyways, thank you, Omar Satawa. Thank you for the gift. He says, make sure there is a moderator or they won't let you speak. It is their favorite. I know. With Muhammad Hijab, they'll have to be a moderator, obviously. We have a caller.
Hello.
Hello, brother. Peace to you. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm from Michigan.
Nice to meet you, brother. Your name is Carlos, right? From Michigan. Yes. How may I help you?
So I'm not really good at Arabic, but does Ikra mean read or recite? Because Sunnis say that there's other words for recite, and like they use it as proof that Muhammad was illiterate.
Prophet Muhammad did both. He did recitation and he did reading. So Ikra is a read. When we say recite, you see it in the Quran where it says utlu, atlu, tatlu, yatlu. For instance, in Quran chapter 98, verse 2, Rasul min Allah yatlu sufam mutahara. So the word yatlu was used as a recitation, to recite. And when you recite something, you are doing it from the memory. But when you read something, if it's a text, it has to be on a manuscript where you have it and you're reading it. That is what we call read, right? So to read is something which is written, if it has to do with a manuscript. And the Quran is a manuscript. So when it says read, if you read Quran chapter 96, verse 1 up to verse 5, it clearly explains to you. So I can put it on the screen so that you get the clarity from that. Let me put it on the screen for you. Quran chapter 96, verse 1, and we read up to verse 5, right? So let's check. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay, so it says, read in the name of your Lord who creates. He creates the human being from a thrombus. Then he says, read, and your Lord is the most honorable. Then verse 4, who has taught by the pen? He taught the human being what he knew not. So it is a human being who has to write by the pen. And what is a pen used for? So there's a reference, a footnote there. When I click on it, chapter 68, verse 1, it's telling you what the pen is used for. So it says what? Nun wal kalami wa ma yasturun. So it says by the pen and what they jot down. So a pen is used to write something.
I see.
You see. So when you use the pen to write, after you have written something, when you are looking at it, we don't say you are reciting it. When you're looking at it and you are mentioning it, we say we are reading. That is read. It is written. So you call it read. So when God says Ikra, because he has written it, that's why God says read.
So I'm kind of thinking like Gabriel commanded him to read, right? But like in my mind, there would be like some scripture or something. You get what I'm saying? Like
when you are asked to read, if it has to do with a book, it has to be written down.
Because like in my mind, it makes sense that he would be saying recite instead of read, because like.
But the verses
telling-
just gave you the answer. He has been taught by the pen. And if it's taught by the pen, what did he write? Are you with me?
I don't think I am. Re-explain, please. Sorry.
I opened chapter 96, verse 1. It's chapter 96, verse 1. I open, not chapter 1, chapter 96, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This chapter 96, verse 1, it's telling him to read. But in order to understand why he's being asked to read, you have to read the context to see what he wrote before reading. In order to read, you have to write something before you read.
Oh, so like since Allah already wrote it down.
No,
right?
not already wrote it down. The Quran is based on inspiration and revelation.
Oh.
Let me give you a clue. Let's say you are working on something. Maybe you do coding. For people who do coding or about computer or something, I don't know what did you study in school or something. What are you doing? What job do you do?
I do fiber optics cable.
Okay. But do you do calculation in your works? Do you do some,
we measure the trenches that we.
Okay, thank you. Now, when you do a measurement, sometimes you put the thing, you stick it to your memory, right? If you don't want to forget, what do you do?
You remember?
No. If you don't
write it down,
you write it down. Thank you.
Okay.
Writing it down is a reference point where you can now read what you wrote, so that you don't forget. Because when it's stuck in the memory, you can forget. But when it's written down, it's a reference point where you can remember what you have written down. You understand? So in both instances, the Prophet read the Quran and he recited the Quran. Both words are being used in the Quran.
Wait. So like, since this is revelation to humankind, like it's telling us to read, or
now we are reading because we have the book. You have the manuscript. All you have to do is to read it. But when he was first receiving it, it didn't come as a physical book. It's a revelation. So it has to be written down. So the first person to receive it is the one to write it down. Then other people can be taught from it.
I think I get it.
You get it? Are you sure? You think you get it or you get it?
I'm sorry. I just
kindly watch this video again when we are done. Watch this part.
I will. I have another question though about the verse that talks about how the Christians believe that Jesus is the Son of God, and the Jews believe that the Jews believe that Ezra is the son of God. But like some Muslims say that it's not about Ezra but Osiris, but the Greek added is at the end, so it sounds more like Osiris or something like that.
That this is not an issue to argue about. Whether it's Osiris, whether it's Ezra, there's nothing to argue about on that. The idea is understand the subject of discussion. What is the context? The context is saying they are trying to take a human being as God. And this other party is also taking a human being as a God. And God is saying this is by their mouth, because there's no evidence to that. Where did God reveal an evidence for that statement? They are saying that indeed Jesus is God, or indeed Uzair is God. God never said it anywhere. So it is people making that claim. That is the verse I put on the screen, chapter 9, verse 30.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That's your last question, right?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Peace. Yeah. So that is a brother from, how do you call it? From Michigan, who called in. Yeah, Salam. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello. Okay. AJK says, brother, can you talk about riba, mortgage, loans, details, Quran? I'll come back to that. Yeah, I'll come back. Just a second. Brother Shubair, are you there? What is wrong with the network? What is happening? Because people are calling and it seems it's disconnecting. AJ, you said, can you talk about riba, mortgage loans in detail? Quran says don't deal with the riba. But in accordance to buying house, is there any possibility with loans? You can take a loan. Taking a loan, you the one taking the loan, there's no problem. Because you need it eventually. But God is telling the one who is taking the interest from you not to take the interest. But yes, here we are in countries which is not an Islamic nation, meaning submitting to God. They are doing their own thing. So when the bank gives you money, they need interest from it. It is not you taking the interest. It is you paying back the interest. You have no choice because you need it. So it is the one receiving the interest on top is the one God is wanting to refrain from it. Understand? So the riba itself is not you the one going to take who is in trouble, but it's rather the one taking the profit from you. What is wrong? Hello? Guys, it seems this is the third time somebody else is calling. My call, it keeps disconnecting. What is wrong? AJ says, correctional officer, I'm trying to learn more and I'm struggling with wife at the moment with house. Yeah, I don't know if it is my internet or something. I don't know why is that happening, but yeah, it says my internet is secured. I don't know what is wrong, but what is happening? Okay, somebody is a guest here. Let me bring the guest.
Baba Shoaib, assalamu alaikum.
Yes, wa alaikum salam, brother. You're welcome.
I think we spoke the other day, Baba Shoaib. I just wanted to thank you. I've been watching a lot of your videos and been going to the Quran and studying as much as I can. And it's just brought me to so many realizations on what you've been speaking about. And I am convinced that everything you're saying is just 100% true. And it only takes you to look into the Quran and read it in its proper context to realize it and understand it. And, it's like, it wants to bring me to tears, and Allah has used you as a tool to bring this to us. And I'm just grateful to you. Shout out to MFG as well. It's a very tough pill to swallow, seeing that we've been following the certain way our whole lives. But just reading the Quran and, there's so many verses in this Quran which are just, when it hits you like a truck,
I know. Yes, I know. It's a reality. Yes, it is like that. I know. The truth is something that we are all seeking for. So it gets to a point you start searching for it. You start looking for it. You start yearning for it. So when you arrive at it, there's this certain type of feeling you have in you, and you wish everybody can see the same thing you have arrived at. But that is the journey. It doesn't stop there. The more you are getting to understand, the more you look into it. You know, when God created the heavens and the earth, he created the earth. He puts the fruits and everything, the plants, the vegetables for us. But guess what? The treasures, where did he put them?
Tell me. Quran.
The treasures like gold, silver, diamonds.
Within the earth, it's hidden it.
Exactly. Now the point is, why didn't he just put it on top?
We'll all fight over it, destroy each other for it. I don't know.
Exactly.
He wants us to find it.
Yes, you have to search for it, seek and you shall find. So he put it beneath the ground.
Yeah.
Then you look for it. You search crude oil, all of this come beneath the ground. So you search for it and find it. So when you are arriving to something we call the truth or life-changing thing in your life, you don't just get it ordinarily. You have to work for it. You have to work for it. You have to look for it, search for it, go for it. You don't just sit down and say, I'm looking
but
for
it's right there smacking us in the face. It's right there smacking us in the face if we just only read the Quran.
Yes, that's the point. So you go for it. If somebody says, I don't want to read the Quran, but I'm looking for the truth, then the person is fooling himself, right? So the idea of digging in to investigate, to know what is in store for you is one of the objectives a human being must pursue in life, to know the cost or reasons why something needs to be pursued. So arriving at the truth, it doesn't stop there. You arrive,
it doesn't.
But sticking with the truth is the problem.
Yeah, it's just that I've been reading it all my life with all this baggage, and I've always said to myself, I'm like, how do we, the hadith there's just so much of it. There's so much of it. You can't expect everyone to study it, all this ambiguity and all this contradiction. And we've been reading it and understanding it the way the scholars have explained it to us using the hadith. And the more I look into it, the more I'm just finding more and more and more contradictions. And Allah says the Quran is sufficient for us. I mean, and this is a journey for me now, and I'm sure everyone else is on their journey as well, and everyone's at different levels in their journey. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides all of us, and I pray that He gives you the strength and the courage to do what you're doing, Brother Shuaib. I know it must not be an easy task, but you have a very nice personality and you're very confident, and I have faith that, may Allah give you the strength to take on whoever and whatever you need to take on. Muhammad Ijab, you're talking about him earlier, and Ali Dawa and them, they're people that I've been watching for a long time also. And there's certain things which I haven't agreed with for so long, but I've never ever found anyone to actually explain this to me. There's so many things, we watch the videos and we just take it from the scholars. We just take it without actually just looking at it properly and listening and analyzing what they say. There's a person who just made a post just now on your channel, and he said, I'm on this path, but I'm struggling with my wife. And just a message to him that me and my wife are on this journey as well, and it took her a little bit of time to get there, but she's on the same page as me as well. She's starting to see as well. She's seen it, and she's saying, you know what, Dean, you're right. This is the way. Allah wants us to follow His book. There's no other book apart from this book. So anyways, I just want to thank you. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Inshallah, when you are live another time or something, if I have any questions, I hope I could come and speak to you. But Jazakallah khairan, honestly, Jazakallah for everything.
God bless you for the support also. One love. Peace. Stay tuned.
One love.
Keep on watching. Thank you.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam. Okay. Let's let me some questions have been asked. Let me see if I can tackle those questions. Sammy says, couldn't you argue that by agreeing to the loan you are enabling the person to commit the crime if it is absolutely unquestionable, necessary for survival, maybe such as how God allows eating pork? Yes, exactly in the same line. Exactly in the same line. It's not like we are enabling, but if you are in a country which is not an Islamic nation, meaning they are not binded by using the laws of God, you have no choice because you want to survive. It's just like the issue of pork meat. You understand? Because I don't have a choice, so I have to eat the pork meat, and I repent from that. But I'm not encouraging taking loans, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Yes, you don't have a choice sometimes. So you take a loan in order to get certain things done. So God is rather warning the party which is taking the interest from you. That is the one God is warning, not the one who is stuck up, needs some way to survive, and then you say God is going to punish them. No, it didn't say that. Jasmina says a lot of families were lied to regarding getting mortgage, and now with inflation they are suffering. This is why God says, do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge. So everything you want to pursue, please investigate. Make sure with all due diligence, investigate the information before you take suit. You follow what you are being told to do, right? Because this mortgage, the banks, most of them are there to manipulate you. They will not tell you the truth. Yes. You can take a loan. After 3 months, then the rates, the interest goes up all of a sudden, right? So you have to be cautious of that when you're taking a loan also. So Sammy says, for survivor, but to justify taking a 25-year mortgage when you could rent is a different story. Yes, I don't encourage, I don't support that a person will go and take a 25-year. Hey man, it's like a death sentence. Mustafa Khan says, what objective method should we use to ensure our understanding truly aligns with the Quran, not our own biases? By investigating everything we are being told, right? You investigate it. The point is, when somebody digs down, the earth to bring gold out, when they bring gold, they want to make sure it is gold. When they find diamond, they want to make sure it is diamond. When they find silver, they want to make sure it is silver. Arriving to the truth is something you can verify. When you verify, you know. There is difference between being biased. Being biased is when somebody chose his own opinion by manipulating words, right? That they cannot even substantiate with a tangible evidence. That shows they are being biased. They are not aligning with the truth. You see, the truth can be verified. But falsehood and other things, no room for verification. Yeah, salam.
Oh, assalamu alaikum, Shoaib. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam, my brother. Shubayr, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm doing well.
I want to wish you an Eid Mubarak, man. I hope Ramadan went well with your family.
Yes, alhamdulillah, everything went well.
Excellent. I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you know of this Ahikhani sect, Ismailis.
Yes.
They're known to be very well organized. And I think it's due to the fact they have one central leadership, like a human leadership, right? And then you see the Shia sect, they're also more organized than the Sunnis because they have a central leadership, but then they have disagreement in that too, right? I was wondering, in the Quran-only community, there's a lot of difference. There's a lot of disagreement. Do you think it's because of the lack of human centralized leadership in there?
Even if there's a leadership, there's still a disagreement. If you have a country where there's one leader, don't they still have disagreements?
True.
So division is meant to happen whether you like it or not. Till the day of judgment, division or disagreement will happen whether you like it or not.
But then God does not like that.
No, it's not about disagreement. He never said he doesn't like disagreement. He doesn't like sects, division. like causing division. We have things that people like to cause division. Then we have disagreement. Disagreement is different from causing division. I can disagree with you, but we are not divided.
But if you disagree on like a thing, so like faith, for example, it does divide you, right?
If I disagree with you on something, meaning what you're trying to convince me on wasn't convincing enough. Look, the truth is something. When the moment somebody rejects the truth, we don't say he disagrees. We don't say you disagree with the truth. We say you reject the truth.
Disbelieve, exactly.
Thank you. So truth is not about I disagree with you. No. Truth is about I reject it. Or either you take it or you reject.
But don't you find in every religion, not even in our religion as Islam, there's so much division and so much sectarianism that everyone believes that they're on the truth?
The division, first of all, tells you they have failed, because God says we should not divide. Quran chapter 42, verse 13 to 14, he says we shouldn't divide.
Yes.
So even if we disagree, we shouldn't divide. Okay, I give you an example. When Moses went to seek for knowledge, Quran chapter 18, verse 65, he had a teacher, he has to go and seek for knowledge. Did they disagree? Yes. But does that make Moses a kafir?
No.
No. We can disagree on certain things, just like a husband and wife can disagree on some matters, just like a father and a kid can disagree on issues, just like a daughter and a mother can disagree on some issues, but it doesn't mean it should be divided. So the word division is different from what we disagree. And this is what God says concerning disagreement. Quran chapter 27, verse 76. I put it on the screen. Let me put it on the screen. God says, indeed, this Quran narrates to the children of Israel most of what they are disputing about. We can have disputes, right? We can have arguments. We can have disagreement. So the word yaktalifun can be used as disagreement. It can also be used as disputing. It can be used as how will I say, in a lot of ways. But God is telling the children of Israel that this Quran narrates to the children of Israel most of what they are disagreeing or disputing about.
Yes.
So even though they are disputing, but they are still the children of Israel. Right?
Exactly.
So if we have an objective for being together, there are certain things we can disagree. Okay, maybe Baba Shuaib likes to do his videos this way. This is the way I do my programs, right? We have maybe Hamza Malik can disagree with the way I do, but it doesn't necessarily mean what I'm doing is wrong.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Then he has his own way of doing something. It doesn't necessarily mean he's wrong.
Yeah.
But only when what I'm doing goes against the truth, that becomes a problem. Because then now we have to substantiate the claim and see whether Baba Shuaib is rejecting the truth or is it Hamza Malik rejecting the truth. This is how it works.
Okay. Can you go over Surah 11, chapter 11, verse 118 and 119? I want to know how you elaborate on that.
Chapter 11, verse 118
and 119.
And 119. What is it you want to see there?
I want to ask you, what is it that Allah is saying that except those on whom He has had mercy, they will not differentiate?
God says, and if your Lord had willed, He could have made mankind a single nation. Because in the first place, before when He created mankind, mankind was a single nation. That is the reference point, Quran chapter 2, verse 213. I put it on the screen. This is what He says. Yeah. Mankind was a single nation. Then, so you see, in the first place, mankind was created as a single nation. Then God raised the prophets as missionaries and warners and revealed the book with them in truth. So the truth is needed, right? Bil haq. So that's why some people reject the truth. So when He revealed the truth with them, so that they may judge between the people concerning what they have deferred, or they deferred, or they disagreed. You see? But none disputed about it except those who were given it after what had come to them of proofs, out of injustice among them. And God guided those who believed to what they have deferred of the what? Of the truth, by his permission. For God guides whomever he wills to a straight path.
Yes.
So now let's go back to the verse you are asking. So the verse is found in Quran chapter 11, verse 118. So he says, and if your Lord had willed, he could have made mankind a single nation, but they will not cease doing what?
To differ, yes.
Exactly. So differences will happen whether you like it or not.
Now the next verse.
The next verse says, except whom your Lord has mercy upon, and for that he created them. And the word of your Lord is completed, that I will fill hell with jinns and people altogether. So the exception is found in Quran chapter 42, verse 13 to 14. This is the exception. The ones God says except. God says he has legislated for you of the religion which he advised to Noah, and which we have inspired to you. That is second person pronoun Muhammad, and which we advised to Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, that establish the religion and do not be separated, that do not be divided therein. It is difficult for the polytheists what you invite them thereto. God chooses whomever he wills to it and guides whoever repents to him. Then verse 14, and they did not separate except after what had come to them of the knowledge out of injustice between them. If not,
sure too. Okay, yeah.
Yes, if not a word had proceeded from your Lord for a fixed term, he will have judged between them. Indeed, those who inherited the book after them are in doubt thereof, being suspicious. Do you see?
Yes.
So the differences start happening. When the differences start happening, that is when people go to the extent to create a division. We can disagree on things, but it doesn't mean we should be divided. And that is exactly the same thing I was speaking to Hamza Malik just a few days ago. You can disagree with my methodology or things I do, but so far as I can substantiate my claim and we can verify is the truth I'm saying, fine. You want to do it this way, that's how you see it, fine, do it. But it doesn't mean we should be divided.
But even disagreements, if you look at it, Allah has used the word mukhtalifin in 118, and then he says the exception to the ones who don't disagree are the ones that Allah has mercy upon.
Yes, so
and that is the reason he has created them.
But disagreement in the context of the truth. We have people who can still disagree with the truth. I give an example. Look, chapter 8, verse 5. Look what happened. In Quran chapter 8, verse 5, God says, just as your Lord brought you, that is a prophet, out of your house with the truth, while indeed a group of the believers were averse. Then it says, verse 6, arguing with you. Why are they arguing? Is it not because of disagreement?
Yeah.
Arguing with you about the truth, after what had become clear, as if they were being driven to death while they were looking. So why will they argue?
Because they were scared to fight.
Yes. But even though he brought the truth, right? But they were arguing.
Yeah.
And then they are believers at the same time. So people can still see you are saying the truth, but they can disagree with you, even though they see the truth. So that is the one God is giving the exception in Quran chapter 11, verse 119. Okay. That's the one who accepts the truth. There's nothing like you disagree with the truth. Because we have people you can tell the truth, eventually they will see it, but they will disagree. They will not. They will not tell you are lying. It's different to tell somebody the truth, then the person say you are lying. I can know you are telling the truth, and I can still disagree with you.
But doesn't that, like, I don't know, if you disagree with the truth, that makes you a disbeliever, no?
No, there's a difference. You don't reject it. Rejecting is to say that person is lying, even though you know he's telling the truth, but you are saying you reject it. It's a lie. But disagreeing means you just don't want to go with it, but you know deep down what the person is saying is the truth, but you just don't want to go with that.
Exactly.
So, and you are not saying the person is lying. So, but you just disagree.
I find that so much in these days.
No, it exists. Yes. I give an example. Look, right now, for people who watch football, who is the current world best player? Okay, for example, let's use Messi. Messi was awarded the best player, right? For example, about 2 years ago. Then if you tell somebody Messi is the greatest player of all time, he might say, yes, that is true, but I disagree.
He's in the conversation, but he's not a definite.
Yes,
player.
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the point. So the person can say, yes, it's true, but I disagree. So he can know it is the truth and disagree, but he's not rejecting the truth. He knows it's the truth.
Okay.
But the person is disagreeing because they think there should be another form of the truth. Instead of, that's why the truth doesn't have to confirm with people's wishes. The truth is truth. It's standing on its own. It's not about your wish or how you think it should be.
And the Quran is the ultimate truth.
Yes, because it's the word of God. The word of God is always the ultimate truth.
So why is it when so many people follow the Quran, they come up with their own interpretation?
Because
creates disagreement.
They are not sincere. If they are sincere, every interpretation needs to be scrutinized.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you need to come to the table and tell me one time in history a translator of the Quran has been sat down to be scrutinized about a choice of word or something. Tell me one time in history.
Never.
But Baba Shoaib, I make myself available. I'm there. People ask me questions concerning why I chose this word, why I chose that word, and I explain myself.
But not even like the word. I think people are just coming in with their own desires, and then it just creates so much differentiation in the religion.
So that's the point. When people criticize Baba Shoaib translation, all I ask them is bring yours, let's check. They don't have it. They've never translated the Quran. They can't even dare. They don't. But they have the balls to criticize somebody who has done. And I say, I'm available. Come, let's sit down and ask me questions. I'm really willing to answer. But make sure you have yours ready.
Yeah, no, I personally agree with your interpretation, your translation, because I've been thinking like that even before I heard your streams. But it just disappoints me how when I say this to people, it's just they can't see it. They just don't want to admit it.
It's the world of social media. Social media is a platform which has been created for people to just spew the nonsense from their head however they want.
Too much ego.
Yes, because they hide behind the keyboard. That's ego. That's why Baba Shoaib, I tell my opponents, come, let's have a dialogue, and they are running like babies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when a baby is crawling on the ground and they go to touch something you ask them not to touch, do you see when you're telling them, hey, come here, do you see how they crawl faster away from you? That's exactly how my opposition, they crawl very fast away from me.
Yeah, but I hope and I pray that Allah can unite us, because we have a common enemy. The way the world's going right now, I think we need to be united under the banner of God.
Yes, if we claim we're following God and we stick agreement, look, we should always put that in the back of our mind. A disagreement on issues, we can disagree, right? But to reject the truth, that is sacrilege.
Okay.
Yes, rejecting the truth when you see it and you, like Baba Shoaib is doing a ritual prayer, then you call me a kafir for doing a ritual prayer. It means you are sick in the head.
Yeah.
Or to be honest.
I think they just have animosities. They're looking for ways to just try to get.
So that's the point. When somebody hates you, they have reason to castigate you. That's how it works. So they will not be sincere. Like, look, at the last minute, I was speaking about Muhammad hijab. But did you see what I just said? I said I can't just say it is 100% truth, the accusations, yet. because I don't have the evidence. So I might not like Muhammad hijab, but I don't have to be biased when it comes to the truth.
That's respectable.
Exactly.
100%.
So I don't need to tarnish his image just because I don't like him. But you have people just because they hate Baba Shuaib, he hates me. Oh, I hate him. He's a lunatic. He's a madman. Don't listen to him. Hey, I have evidence. Hey, bring the evidence. When we go to the court, you bring the evidence. Yeah. Oh, I'm working on that. When I take them to court, they will bring the evidence that day.
Okay, I have a last question for you. Because you have read the Quran, I respect your logic, I respect your reason. The reason I asked this is just a little bit of a litmus to see who fell for it, who didn't fall for it, who was pressured, who wasn't pressured. Actually, maybe I'll ask you in private, that's fine.
Okay, sure. You can do that.
I think that's more of a private question, yes.
No problem. So thank you for your time, Brother Shober. Keep on watching. Let me tackle some few questions here. Thank you.
And thank you for your time, sir.
Yes,
And
you
God
too.
bless you.
God bless you too. Peace. Mustafa Khan says, have you ever changed your mind or in regards to your translation, words utilized or made amendments lately? Yes, but not far away from what I used previously, right? Not far away from what I used previously. Yeah, salam, brother.
Alaikum salam, brother. How are you today, Baba Shoaib?
I'm doing well, thanks to God. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is Hedi from Sweden. We spoke last week as well.
Yeah, I'm aware, yes. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, okay. I hope you're doing good today.
I'm hungry. I need to eat food.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to call again and thank you for all the work you're doing. I really love it when you expose these liars, people like Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawa and these hateful Sunnis who hate everybody, who don't think like them.
Yeah, they hate,
who hate women, who hate Christians, Jews, Muslims. You know what? They hate everyone who don't agree with them.
Exactly, they do.
Yeah, and I really just, it's pure entertainment just listening to you, like how you break down his personality and how you enter his mind. Sometimes it feels like you are a psychologist or something.
Well, I'm a psychologist by gifts. Yes,
exactly.
Not by qualification, but by gifts.
Yeah,
I do like to read people. I like reading people a lot. Yes.
Yeah, it's the same here actually, but that's why it's so nice to see.
But I'm struggling. I'm struggling to read women. I'm still learning how to read women.
Yeah, I think we all do actually. Right?
Yes, but there's a difference in that. We all do, but there's a difference. The way I'm reading is different. I'm trying to read the psychological part. So
yeah, exactly.
That
but it's harder.
I might not graduate from that. It's difficult.
Yeah, sometimes you can, but not always. Yeah.
Yeah. So Troya, let's go with your question. Or you don't have a question?
Yeah. No, I have. I just wanted to thank you for exposing these guys first, and then I wanted to move on to my question. I think you have gotten this question asked many times before, but I haven't heard it, so that's why I'm going to ask it now. When God says, wait, let me just bring up a verse. When God says we in the Quran, like for example, in chapter 76, 2-3, he says, we have, can we put up the verse?
Chapter 73?
Yeah, verse 2 and 3.
Okay, I put it. Chapter 73.
Yeah.
Verse 2 and 3.
Yes.
Okay, it's on the screen.
No, wait, sorry. It was the wrong verse.
Which verse?
76, sorry. 76, 2 and 3.
76.
Yes.
76 what? 20?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay. About a human being.
Yes.
Okay. What is the question?
When God says we created the human being, who is the we?
That's a question?
Yes.
Okay. So God revealed the Quran with his knowledge, and Jibril has to deliver it.
Exactly, yeah.
So Jibril is the mediator who is speaking on behalf of God.
Yeah.
So you being the mediator, when you are delivering the message, he has been entitled or given the permission to use the we.
Yeah,
because
okay. So the we talks about God and Jibril, or God and his angels?
Yes, God and his angels. It's like a team, meaning, I give an example. I gave this example in one of my videos. Some people will say royal we, but the idea is God has mediators working on his behalf who bring the message to the human messenger.
Yeah.
So this human messenger, these messengers in between God and the human messenger, this messenger have been given the right to use the word we because they are working for God. So when they present something to the other human being, they have to now tell the human being we, because it's a team. They are coming from a place this entity doesn't know.
Yeah.
So now I give an example.
Yeah.
The police, when they stop you, one police stops you, and then he tells you, give me your driving license, your license.
Yeah. Then
you bring your license. Then he goes to investigate, and he comes back to you. He will say, we have found out that you have a crime. He can say that. He can say, we have found out that you have a crime, or there's a crime against you. So now we have found out is because the body he's working for is a police force, and the police has a body. The body is the chief, you understand, sergeant and corporal and so on. So they are in charge. They are the bosses and so on. So when he say we, it means it's not rested on him. He's not the one making the final decision. It means there's a boss.
Yeah.
So he has.
This is in the Quran. This is actually Jibril speaking the actual words.
Yeah, this is the messenger.
I mean, it's from God, but it's Jibril speaking.
Yes. In order to deduce that, in Quran chapter 2, verse 97.
Yeah.
In other verses also, he has been called a Ruhul Qudus or Ruhul Amin. These are the nicknames God has used to describe the same entity. So here, Quran chapter 2, verse 97, it says, say, whoever is an enemy to Jibril, then indeed he brought it down into your heart.
Yeah.
By the permission of who? God.
By the permission of God, yeah.
Exactly. So it is based on the permission of God, Jibril has to deliver the Quran in such a manner.
Yeah. I understand. So you don't believe in the royal we then? Because some people say it's like a royal we when
God never spoke to Muhammad directly in the Quran. Throughout the Quran, there's no way God spoke to Muhammad directly like this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But is there any way to prove that this is actually talking about the angels and that it's not a royal we?
Okay,
if somebody asks me for a proof.
Okay, we go to Quran chapter 4, verse 166. Let me take you to this verse.
Yes.
Here. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
It says, but God bears witness to what he has revealed to you. He revealed it with his knowledge. And so do the angels. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so do the angels bear what? Witness. But sufficient is God as a witness.
Yeah.
So how did the angels become a witness? Because they were there.
Yeah.
And God revealed it, and they have to be the ones to deliver it. And how do they deliver it? God mentioned in Quran chapter 97. It says, "Tanazzalul malaikatu wa ruhu fiha." The angels descended therein together with the spirit to carry out every command.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But Why does God say we created?
Still, it's not God speaking. You still didn't understand. The we is based on the messenger who delivered the Quran to the human messenger. He has to say we created, because he is coming from a place you don't know. So now he has to come and tell you we created. Doesn't mean he did it. Okay, I give another example. I work in the sales and marketing department. The branch I work for, I'm the manager of the branch I work for. Okay, so now when you come and say, hey, do you guys do home delivery? And I say, yes, we do. It doesn't mean I'm the one going to deliver at your house.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
I
team.
understand that.
Good. So then there's a boss. The boss himself is there. The boss, when he's speaking to you direct, just like when he's speaking to Moses, God speaking to Moses, he says, I am God.
Exactly.
He didn't say
you
we
should
are
worship me.
Exactly. He didn't say we are God. So no.
Exactly.
Exactly. So you have to understand
the distinction.
Thank you. So you have to understand the line in which God revealed the Quran. That is why when you read Quran chapter 112, you see that the messenger was instructed that say, he, God, is one.
Yeah.
He didn't say, I, God, am one. He says, say, he, God, is one. So it tells you clearly there's a mediator between Muhammad and God.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. So the claim about the royal we, it should be rejected completely.
Oh, not necessarily. If people want to look at it as royal we, I don't still think there's a problem.
It doesn't really change anything.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
when it
change.
comes to the context. I think.
Yes, in the context, it doesn't change anything, because the angels and God are on the same team.
Exactly. Well, I just wanted to get some clarity on that one, because I have been struggling myself to understand if it's a royal we or if it's the angels. Exactly. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, I think.
It doesn't matter.
I was just curious, and I wanted to know.
Yes. So thank you, brother Hadi.
Okay, thank you, my brother.
Yes. Stay tuned. I might end soon to go to TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't. My energy is. I'm getting exhausted because food is done in my stomach. When you called, you could have brought me food.
The same here. Yeah, it's the same here. I'm tired too, but I'm gonna stay with you until you finish.
Thank you. Peace.
Thank you so much, brother. Brother Babshwai.
Yeah, salam. Zardi. I'm getting another call. I wanted to actually wait. Somebody just call. Let me call this caller first. I'll call you back. Zardin, you're calling.
Hello?
Yeah, no problem, Richard Green. Yeah, peace, bro.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Wa alaikum salam, my brother. Your name and where you're calling from. I can hear you.
My name is Hamid. I'm calling you from the US.
Nice to meet you, brother. How may I help you?
Yeah, first I wanted to thank you for all the work you've been doing. I've been a viewer for a while, and I benefited a lot from your videos.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, so obviously there are a lot of things that I have an issue with like the Sunni interpretations, and one of them was the right hand possesses.
Yeah.
And I looked at one of your videos about it.
Yeah.
You were describing how it was people taking an oath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you possibly elaborate on that? Because I still don't understand. Like, what do you mean by how take an oath?
Yes. When we say the Ayman, this is a plural form, is talking about the oath. When you look at it in the other perspective, not in the literal perspective. In the literal perspective, you have to say right hand possessed. When we say right hand possessed, it means you legally own something. And when you legally own something, it is based on swearing an oath. That makes you possess something. That is according to the context of the Quran. So let me give you some examples so that you get to know that. So for instance, let me give you this verse. We go to Quran. Just a second here. Quran chapter 4 verse 33. Can you see my screen? Oh, sorry. Can you see the screen?
I can see your face.
Okay, let me put here. Quran chapter 4, verse 33. Check this verse. God says, and for each we have made heirs, meaning people to be your heir, to inherit you, of what the parents and the relative bequeath, and those your right hands have conveyed. Right? Now, do you see the word akada?
Yeah.
It's like a knot. It's like an agreement. Something you know it. I don't need to go further on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and those your right hands have conveyed. Those your right hands have conveyed. So now, let's translate the ayman as oath, because it still means oath. So those your oath have agreed, because the word akada is the ukda, meaning to have a knot, to have an agreement on having that. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right hand possession is something you make an oath to. You actually make an agreement. You conveyed something. You tie a knot to it.
So I'm trying to understand, like, under what context would people back then take an oath to take care of someone? Or like,
okay, yeah. So I can show you some of the examples. So for instance, let's use Quran chapter 16 verse 91. In Quran chapter 16 verse 91, here it says, and fulfill the agreement of God when you make an agreement, and do not violate the al-aymana. You see the oath?
Yeah.
After their confirmation, while you have made God a guarantor over you. So the ayman has to do with your oath, by swearing to God, by making an agreement. Okay, so now, how do you possess somebody? How do you possess somebody by oath? So now, Quran chapter 4, verse 23. Sorry, let's go 25. So God says, and whoever among you cannot afford to marry chaste believing women, then from those your oaths possess, or we can say those your right hands possess, meaning by agreement, by oath, that you possess somebody, but you're taking care of the person, not as you're taking the person as the hadith will give, as a slave, or you can sleep as a concubine, not in that context. So now, if somebody says you have to sleep with a slave, or the right hand possess they are slaves, or you can sleep with them, or you don't need to marry them, let's read this context and see what God is talking about them. So God says, then from those your oath or right hands possess among your young believing women. So meaning you have made an oath to take care of a young believing woman. Or you have made an oath, because it's not only women who can be those your right hand possess, even men. Even young men also can be under the category. I will take you to a verse to show you. But your young believing women, you make an oath to take care of the person.
So what's the difference between like adopting someone, or making an oath to take care of someone?
Making an adoption is almost, I would say, it's almost something closer to that. But in the line God puts it in the Quran is different. Because this is how it goes. Adoption works in the way where you are taking the person as actually your son or your daughter. That's how adoption works. But right hand possess, I can be taking care of a young lady and I can end up marrying her. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
So if we say it is the same, it will contradict, because then how can I adopt a son or adopt a daughter, then I go end up marrying her? That would be a problem. So let's read this verse for clarity. This verse talks about marriage. So meaning, even if my oath, my right hand possess a young lady or a young guy, I can't just go sleeping with the person just like that, just because I'm taking care of them. No, I can't. I need to marry them. So God says, and whoever among you cannot afford to marry chaste believing women, then from those your oath or your right hand possess among your young believing women. God is aware of your faith. You are of each other. So marry them by the permission of their what? Of their family. And give them their fees in the service of what? Chaste women. But because you are already taking care of such a person, what did God say? That means they are in line that you can marry, but you're taken care of. So in most of the countries, I've seen it through documentaries. I've seen it through how it happens even physically in Africa. I've seen that. Like, we have a family that can go to the village and pick up a young lady from the village, from her family. They will pick her up. They will bring her to the city, and they are taking care of her.
So, like, what do they go to her family and they can retake her to the city?
Yes, they are just taking care of her. She's just there with them. She has a good life. She goes to school. They finance everything, but they have not adopted her. But she's under she's under an oath that she's she's under an oath that she's being taken care of.
Okay, and this was like common practice.
Yes, exactly. That just in line with that.
Okay.
So it's not like adoption, but it's under oath. You made an agreement that, I can take care of this young guy, or I can take care of this young lady. So it's an oath. I'm taking care of her, but that doesn't mean I should take advantage of her just because I'm taking care of her. So if I want to do anything with her, I need to marry her. And if I want to marry her, I need to inform her family that, hey, your young lady that I'm taking care of her, I want to marry her.
Yeah, because I was like under what context would like parents accept for someone to take their daughter?
Oh no, it does happen, especially in third world countries. There it happens a lot. But it's not adoption. We don't call it adoption. It's not adoption because you didn't sign any papers for adoption or anything to take. Because the moment you adopt somebody, you are taking the person as a son or a daughter. That's what we call adoption.
Right.
But in this case, it's just under an oath, an agreement that, bring your daughter. She can be with us. She can work with in our family. Let her come and take care of my kids. Maybe I have kids. Bring her. She can work as a housemaid, not like slave, but a housemaid where she will take care of my kids. Are you getting what I'm saying? Whilst I'm taking care of her. But that doesn't mean I should take advantage of her whilst her family is there and I can marry her with the permission of her family. Why should I do that? Are you getting my point?
Yeah, it's making more sense because I'm from Jordan.
Yeah.
And we a lot of people in Jordan, they get housekeeping from outside.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives in the house. She takes care of the house. So I guess there's some similarity.
Exactly. That is just, it's under an oath, because you have to swear an oath, make an agreement that this is the way she will be taken care of. I'm not going to mistreat her. You understand? You have made a vow that yes, she'll be taken care of. So if I have to do any act of, lewdness with her, it goes against God. I need to still marry her. So right-hand possessors are not classified as slaves in the Quran. No. There is no 1 inch of a verse which actually gives you the idea that they are slaves. No.
Yeah, I always found that I would hear it from the...
Yes, and when you read Quran chapter 24, verse 31, it tells you even women can have a right-hand possessor, somebody they are taking care of, a young guy they are taking care of. It doesn't necessarily mean only men can have right-hand possessors, which are women. Even a woman can have it too.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're hungry and you want to eat, so.
I'm hungry. Depends though. I'm hungry. I'm saving my energy. I just want to talk too much. Exhaust my energy. I do have food in the fridge, so I can just get up and warm up my food. But thank you for your time. What did you say your name was again?
My name is Pete, and I'll tell you, you are MFG to Jordan. I'll take you guys out. You get the best food. You'll never be hungry. Watch. I'll take an oath.
Okay, no problem. I agree with you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Peace. There's one caller. I said I'll call the caller back. Let me see if I can call the caller back. I think my TikTok is the battery. Okay, I can put it on the charge. Let me call this caller back. Yeah, peace. Peace.
Peace to you. Baba Shoaib, I you earlier.
Is it Dean? With the name Dean?
Yes. I just
okay.
wanted some clarification on the salah.
Okay.
Okay, so from my understanding, there's 3 salah. You have the evening salah, you have the morning fajr salah, and then you have Salatul Wusta. Is Salatul Wusta, would that be the night prayer, the middle prayer?
Yeah, in the middle of the night, yes.
In the middle of the night, okay. So in Surah Hud, verse 114, when it says, say your prayers morning and evening and during parts of the night, that's what I've got here. On yours, it says advancement of the night.
Yeah.
That verse, is it referring to Salatul Wusta?
Yeah, that's the night one. That's a Zulafan. Is a progression or advancement of the night. The night time advances as it goes, right? So there is progression. It keeps going in a stage. So throughout the advancement of the night or from the night, you establish that, and the timing has been given in chapter 73, verse 20.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay. So regarding the Maghrib prayer, the evening prayer, we start before the sun goes down. So would that be typically exactly like Maghrib time as we would normally pray Maghrib time, starting from then or earlier?
Yeah, that's exactly that time. But it's called Isha. That is evening, because it means the sun is evening. That's why we call it evening. Yes. So the sun is going to even, right? To go down and even. So that's why we call it evening, Isha.
Okay, and then it will continue through. So what kind of timing would you look at? Because I know normally Maghrib prayer, you finish 3 rakats in 5 minutes. So we'd extend it and do a long recitation.
The timing takes like almost about an hour. When the sun is setting,
okay.
After it sets, the salah doesn't end. The salah time is continued. The timing is still valid till the twilight of the night comes in.
So it would be about an hour of
yes, it takes basically about an hour, but it doesn't mean you stand in the salat for 1 hour. If you want to stand that long, that's up to you.
Okay, so it would be a mix of standing, bowing, and prostrating. Basically.
Yes. It's a time for you devoted to God. You show your act of devotion to God. That is the time you actually have a communication with God. Yes.
Yes. No, I understand that.
Yes.
Okay, and then with the Fajr prayer, the dawn prayer, it would be same time as Fajr would start, and it would extend through about an hour as well.
Yes, then it goes same before sunrise. When the sun rises, time is done. So it will start at the dawn when the weather started to get clarity from darkness and lights, getting clarity in the sky. That is dawn. So usually those times are signaled by birds. Birds are perfect example of giving you the timings. If you live next to any birds, they'll wake you up. They will tell you the timings. That's the time best you hear the birds singing. If it's early dawn, they start singing. If it's evening, the sun is set, they give signal. Yeah.
Okay, fine. And we just pray same like how we do the evening prayer, and would extend it for that time.
Yes,
through until the light.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Jazakallah. Thank you. Sorry for taking more of your time up.
No problem. Thank you. You're welcome. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
NASA, are you calling, or you want to ask question in the comment section? Because I didn't get to read the last comment. So please, NASA, what's your question based on? You have a question? Before I go, I'm about to go. I have to go to TikTok about 1 hour before I leave. NASA. Sammy says, at correctional officer, can I send you a link regarding Salat? Yes, you can do that. You can send a link. NASA, what do you have for me? You can call. There is nothing wrong. So far as you do it obediently, it doesn't have to be like you are in a hurry trying to live away from God. You understand? You have to show your act of devotion to God. NASA says the Quran talks about the cutting hands of a thief. So my question is, does that mean small cuts, as was speaking in Surah Yusuf? I do have a video about that. It doesn't mean when it says cut the hands of thieves, it doesn't mean anybody goes to take bread or tomato, go and cut their. No, that's not what it means. There are things you see in the Quran can be taken literally or non-literally. It's not everything you see in the Quran that can be taken literal. You understand? Throughout the Quran, we have never seen any example of any prophet cutting anybody's hands, right? But you have to understand the context in which it's used. God says exemplary punishment, nakala. Throughout the Quran, God has been consistent with nakala. When something is served as an exemplary punishment, it means that thing is to be set as a precedent so that other people will not repeat the same crime. So it has to do with the magnitude of crime. For instance, in countries like Singapore or Indonesia or China, when somebody causes corruption by selling drugs, cocaine, or corruption, stealing the country's money, they sentence the person to death because it is to be set as nakala, exemplary punishment. So it doesn't necessitate that somebody stole a cup of tea or tomato, then go and cut their hands. So the story of Joseph gives us a clarity on how to approach matters. When somebody stole the king's vessel, what did Joseph say? We are going to arrest the person with us. You understand? So it is not necessarily mean just because God says cut the hands of this, so you have to look at it literally every time. No. So for instance, Quran chapter 14 verse 1, God says the book brings you out of darknesses into the light. The last time I checked, literally the book doesn't have a torchlight. So how, if you are in the dark and you are holding the book, there's no way it can bring you out of the dark. But it is talking about non-literal aspects, meaning taking you out of ignorance into consciousness. You understand? So sometimes not because it's translated literally, so you think it should be taken literally. That's not the concept. Zaid says, Baba, I have a handicapped friend who cannot distinguish right from wrong, let alone understand God verses. How will he be judged? Why was he created? Everyone was created for a purpose. You understand? He cannot differentiate between right from wrong. Only God knows. I don't think he will be punished because God is never unjust to the people. Quran chapter 10 verse 44. It is the people who are rather unjust to themselves. So God is never unjust to anybody. Right? My final point of interest, there is a clear expose of the hadith on age of Aisha marriage at 9. That exposes is another hadith which clearly states not to beat an under 10 because they are children. Look, the hadith books are full of garbage. Stop wasting your time with the hadiths. Put them to the trash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the topic to an end. I have to go to TikTok. I don't know if I have the energy, but I need to end the topic for today. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Somebody says, can you help me understand whether passing wind, meaning to fart, right? constitutes an invalidation of ablution or not. Nowhere did God say if you fart, it ruins your ablution. God never said that. It doesn't say that in the Quran. No. It's just like likewise when you are spitting. No, God never says spitting invalidates ablution. Neither does it say farting. It tells you when you visit the toilet, meaning in toilet we go to do two things. You go to pee or you go to poop. So those things, yes, can invalidate your ablution. But nowhere does it say when you fart, then no, you're just passing gas. So there's nothing wrong. Yes, I look tired, right? Yes, because I had a busy day at work and I came back, and you people are like my family. I have to be on here regardless. So yes. It says if you could go through that link I sent, I think it's very important. It's not that long. If not, then maybe in your spare time we can discuss on your next stream. Yes, sure, we can do that, inshallah. Thank you, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Peace be upon you all. Thank you. I appreciate the support. God bless you till we meet again. I doubt if I can stay long on TikTok, but let me give some shout outs before I go. We have Musa Khan, Bilal Jibril, Sister Aram, we have Zach, we have Mustafa Khan, yes, my sister Diana, S. Faraj, we have Zaid Yasir Sultan, we have JS. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your support. God bless you. Nasa, thank you all. Helal Ahmed. Yeah. Very useful. That sounds more likely, brother. Please check this. Yes, thank you. I learned something in today's library. Yeah, Marshall, thank you. Thank you. Umar, right? Guys, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Baba Shrider, correctional officer. Thank you, Balogun. Thank you. I need to eat something actually. Thank you very much, Zaidu Zakari. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jazz B, thanks. Just Bina, thank you. I need to eat something. I know you guys want to see me alive again. If I don't eat something, I might die. I don't want to buy. Nigerians will say, won't buy me. Fryard, peace. Yeah, peace to you. Thank you. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. We meet again. God bless you. Peace. Peace out. Always give them a reason to remember your name. The correctional officer.